can't believe we're getting shared off Lee from the Big Conspire. We haven't even started. About our technical snafus that we tend to get.
It's a design feature.
Well, all I can say is,
I only learned to use this equipment recently, and I'm hoping my skills are up to the job.
I'm a tease.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I came out into the front yard and the dogs were across the road. And as soon as they saw me, they came bounding over. And I just made it into the front door in time. I was petrified.
Gouge his eyes!
Every meal you make, every bite you take, every single lunch with a crispy crunch, you will eat the bugs.
They've got luxuriant beards.
We're going to get this shit show on the road or what?
Fucking hell. Yeah.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Hello, welcome, bienvenue, konnichiwa.
Ni hao.
Ni hao. Okay, hello, willkommen, bienvenue, konnichiwa. It's time for the Amish Inquisition yet again. Alright, hello, willkommen, bienvenue, konnichiwa. It's time for the Amish Inquisition yet again. Episode 160 on Sunday the 22nd of November. I'm President-elect Amish Phil.
I'm toilet cleaner Amish Ben.
And I'm Amish Matt.
The dwarf, the cripple, and the mother of madness.
And we've got a special guest, Charlie Robinson, in the house. How you doing, Charlie?
Good. I'm a vote irregularity specialist.
Well, you've got plenty to go at the moment, haven't you?
There's lots of... my hands are full.
Okay, hello, bienvenue, willkommen, konnichiwa, marbaha. It's time for the Amish Inquisition yet again. And tonight's very special guest is Lebanon's answer to Professor Brian Cox. It's astrophysicist Dr. Serene Nehmi. Hello, Serene.
Hello, how are you? And it is marhaba.
Marhaba.
Yes, this is it. Hello.
One more time.
Marhaba.
Marhaba. Marhaba.
Yes, this is it.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Comme ci, comme ça. You know, I'm French also.
Oh, yeah. All right. Hello, willkommen, bienvenue, konnichiwa, ni hao, jambo, marhaba. It's time for the Amish Inquisition yet again, coming in your ears at 96 kilobytes per second. I'm Amish Phil.
I'm Amish Ben.
And I'm Amish Matt.
The dwarf, the cripple, and the mother of madness.
And we've got a bona fide megalithomaniac on the line. All right. Hello, willkommen, bienvenue, konnichiwa, ni hao, jambo, marhaba. Weep grana, weep ninibam. It's time for the Amish Inquisition yet again, episode 273 on Sunday, the 12th of March, 2023. I'm Phil.
I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
I'm not.
The dwarf, the cripple, and the mother of madness.
Where's Ben? Can't see him.
No.
There he is. Hello, Ben.
Hiya.
You're remote, Ben, tonight because
I
in
am.
the studio we're joined by Ryan Severed. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm all right, mate.
Went a little bit smashy and nicey there. Phil.
Did I?
It's a little bit nasal, yeah.
Oh, pop because
I'm queuing up a job in the mainstream. That's what it is.
There's loads of them coming up.
it's not on the football, apparently.
Yeah, I might do match a day next week. All right. Hello, willkommen, bienvenue, konnichiwa, ni hao, jambo, marhaba, bawip grana, wip ninibam. It's time for the Amish Inquisition yet again, episode 300 on Sunday, the 15th of October, 2023. I'm Phil.
Oh, I thought this was a clip. I'm Ben.
And I'm Matt.
The dwarf, the cripple, and the
Mother of mindfulness.
I'd say we've mixed that up a few times, haven't we? The old dwarf and cripple shtick. A few variations of that.
Have we?
Yeah.
I think you've just changed the end one, haven't you, twice?
Yeah. Twice?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Giant fucking lenses.
Oh, giant fucking lenses.
Yeah. The dwarf, the current.
Dwarf the current. The grape. No? Wasn't there a Nurse Gladys one, a John Campbell one?
I think there must have been. There must have been.
Mother
It's the
pie
gift
and
that keeps
apple hood.
giving. With the pie and apple hood, yeah.
The dwarf, the cripple, and the moth cells.
the mouth cell.
Maybe.
Yeah. That was a doozy.
How you doing in podcast land? In the live chat, there's got a few people in there. Jacob of Ephraim, hello. Matt Reynolds, Jacob of Ephraim again. I should really pick up. I have a special look. I have a special window where I can slide through these.
Yeah,
Look.
Helen's in.
Matt Apocalypse, Sam Carno, evening Sam, Johnny Fogg. Johnny Fogg's just past Stonehenge apparently.
Yeah.
Who else is in there? Helen, hello Helen. Lee from Big Conspire. I'm guessing it's Lee or Rick. Hail. Yeah, nice to have you with us for our 300th episode.
Yeah.
Bit of an odd one tonight with no guest, no headlines, no clips or anything.
All right, so it's
So
just
see you next week.
Could be good. Could be
Big old thanks. See ya. Ta-ra.
2 hours in silence.
We did. I did have a brainwave of having a phone in.
I think that was my idea.
Was it your idea?
Yeah, it was my idea. Because we tried it. Do you remember we tried it in episode 40?
Did we? Episode 40?
Yeah, and...
There's no one listening then.
Yeah, exactly. So we had to ring someone.
Was it Bolt Upright?
Yeah, it was Bolt Upright's the only...
yeah.
I think,
Bolt Upright.
I think Ben has phoned in and Bolt Upright has phoned in
yes.
about 3 times.
No, please, officer, don't give me a producer. Do you remember he sung? You remember when Bolt used to give us quizzes? He used to do a quiz over the phone.
Kind of.
Yeah, some questions.
Yeah, he's devilish with his quiz. He does quizzes where the answers are impossible. So if it's a 20-question quiz, if you get 3, you're in with a shot of winning.
Right,
3 points, you know.
Nice.
Do you not remember?
Do you recall when someone put the Zoom invite on Twitter? We had a mariachi band join us.
We were mariachi bombed.
That was so weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
We're not doing that tonight.
No, let's never do that again.
No. But shall we open the phone lines? I thought about, I should have, if I'd have been thinking, I would have created some sort of opening the phone lines jingle or sound effect.
Yeah, I mean,
but I haven't. So
you made a mashup at the beginning. That's good enough, isn't it?
Well, you can do me a phone line opening sound effect now. There you go. There it is. If you're in the UK, 07562 245 894 is the phone line if you want to ring in. And Skype is live : not a live : which we all have.
Next episode.
Yeah.
Live : the Amish Inquisition is if you want to Skype in. Don't know if the Skype will work. Might do, might not.
Ooh.
The phone should work.
I can see the switchboard lighting up already. I know it.
I know, yeah.
Oh, it's just always lit up. Look how many lights we have.
This is obviously one of Phil's burner phones. So yeah, we're just gonna go silent now until someone rings in.
I mean, it takes like 30 seconds because there's like a 30-second delay, isn't there?
Speak amongst yourselves.
Must be, yeah.
I saw the Starlink last night.
Oh, the chain of
chain.
diamonds.
I counted. It was already going over my head, and I counted a further 8.
Wow.
In a string of Tesla satellites ruining the night sky. Yeah, the astronomers aren't happy about it, are they?
No, not at all. No,
Sky, only old Sky.
It's getting in the way.
Well, yeah. Speaking of space trash, I watched Wall-E the other night. I made the children watch it.
Oh yeah, not seen that for ages.
I can't do his voice.
Is it any good?
It's very good. Yeah, it's a very good film, children's film. But the Earth has been left behind because it's just a rubbish dump now, and it's all full. And then the sky is all full of rubbish.
Oh, it's a historical
satellites.
film then.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Talking of films, right? I made an outrageous statement 2 shows ago. If you remember, Matt.
Yeah.
Totally off the cuff. I said 1986 is the greatest year in movie history.
Oh God!
Come at me, bro. And I've done some research. And I have a list.
He's got notes.
I have a list. So, films released in 1986. Do you like sci-fi? Okay, how about Aliens?
Aliens.
Would that be the greatest sci-fi film ever?
Well, some would say Alien would be better.
It's arguable, I would say.
Right. Okay.
Okay, it's in there. It's a top 5, I would say. Okay. Or maybe you're more of an action flick fan. What about Top Gun? How's Top Gun float your boat?
Yeah.
It's
planes, not boats.
Is that not a formative movie? The way I look at it is, imagine if these films never existed in your life. I mean, Top Gun and Aliens, 2 of the most quotable films ever released. Mm-hmm. Maybe you're more of a sort of a fantasy film guy. Can I interest you in some Highlander?
Oh, I thought you were going to say
1986. There can be only one. Oh, yeah. Well, Labyrinth as well. 1986.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, take your pick. 2 of the greatest fantasy films ever, discounting Lord of the Rings. But
when did Time Bandits come out?
1986.
1986.
Okay, so we continue. What about comedy? You like comedy?
I prefer comedy.
Comedy. Comedy. How about Three Amigos?
1986.
1986.
1986.
I'm lucky day. Or what about anime? Transformers the movie.
Come on, that's a fucking stretch.
Akira came out though in round about that time, didn't it? The first. I don't know if it's the first anime fans.
Is that
Akira? That's the one I've heard of.
I wonder if the first Metal Gear Solid came out in 1986.
The sideways scroller.
Yeah.
No, I think 86 was that was way before things like Commander Keen and Duke Nukem 1 and things like that.
Doom?
No, 86 was still in the world of
tape.
Yeah.
Tape games.
Weird single pixels bouncing
Dizzy.
around.
Treasure Island Dizzy.
Breakout, Block Breaker, or something.
Ball breakers.
Ball
fondlers.
Phil, so what did they say at the Oscars when not for your consideration? Is it for your consideration?
I think it might be.
Remained in films. Big Trouble in Little China.
Wow,
it's another classic.
Yeah.
I mean, look at I've got Big Trouble on the wall. I've got Three Amigos. Cobra, Stallone, 1986. Transformers is on the wall. What else have we got? 9.5 Weeks. The Basinger Effect.
Oh, yeah, that was filth.
Mickey Rourke, wasn't it? And Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
Castaway. Do you know what Castaway
is?
Oh,
God, it's that pedophile film. You know?
That's Lolita, isn't it? No?
I don't know.
Castaway is Oliver Reed and Amanda Donahoe. They're naked all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have we got? Clockwise, John Cleese comedy, which was a good one. Cobra, The Colour of Money, which was another. I mean, 2 massive films for Cruise in 1 year.
That was a sequel to. What's it called?
The Colour of Gold.
No. So the guy, Paul Newman, is the same character as a film he did with Robert Redford in the 60s or 70s. And I can't remember what it's called. It's like it's sort of conning people the same way they do with that.
Right. What else have we got? Crit.
Oh.
Live. Oh, someone's waved at us.
Hi.
Messages.
Oh, it's messages. I didn't know if Skype would work, you see. So we've got a...
Oh, we have to add him, do we?
I don't know. Accept.
Oh, God.
All right.
Hi.
So this is from the United States. Jacob Atwood has just given us a little smiley face.
Oh, it's an animated one. He's typing.
Oh no, we need
Is he going to
tell us stuff, don't we?
Yeah, you need to call in if you want to talk to us. Critters. What about this?
Critters? You're just throwing that one out there.
It's a bit of a B movie. I do a call if mates. What? Mates.
Call in. Jacob, give us a call.
Yeah,
Jacob, call in.
Yeah, we're skipping over Critters. Crocodile Dundee.
Wow.
1986.
Bloody hell.
Call
When did
on.
Tremors come out? Hit me, Phil.
Not 86.
No.
I would say maybe a year after. You know, if Predator hadn't had such production hell. Predator was delayed and it came out in 1987. If they hadn't have had such problems, because The Drinker has just done just call if you want, Jacob, if you want to talk to us.
Just call, it's fine, yeah.
Because they had all sorts of problems producing Predators, filming in the jungle, rough terrain. They all got dysentery. Arnie and the rest of them, they all got the shits. Oh, Christ. Got an incoming call. Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to work. Hello, line 1, can you hear us? You might need to turn your radio down.
Line 1,
Hello.
are you in the toilet?
Hello, Jacob.
Hey. Slight delay on the line.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, turn your radio down. Can you hear us?
Hello, Jacob. Yeah, I can't hear y'all, but apparently y'all can hear me because I'm hearing it over here on the YouTube.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's
I don't know why
a
that is.
massive delay.
There's a 30-second delay.
Hang on. It's about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I probably should have checked this first, shouldn't I? Where would be microphone settings?
Settings.
Audio and video.
Yeah, I still can't hear you guys for some reason.
Yeah, just one sec. Yeah, it's coming through. We're coming through now. Just 1 second. Let's try this one.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. We just had to twiddle some knobs, rotate, enhance, magnify.
There was just some technical snafus we needed to sort out there, Jacob.
Yeah.
You had to twiddle some knobs. That sounds a bit personal, guys.
That's all we do, is twiddle knobs.
No secrets here.
How's it going, Jacob? What made you want to ring in?
Well,
something on your mind?
I actually kind of like reaching out to other YouTubers. Actually, I've got a YouTube channel myself. I find it quite nice that you guys. This is your 300th. You know, like as you guys showed. 300 from the Spartan era. But it's just kind of funny how things are kind of just they line up. How yesterday we had an annular solar eclipse. I actually went out with some welding goggles and my phone and was recording the annular eclipse. And then, and you guys are on the 300th, and just all of these things just kind of just like to line up. So I was like, to me, it feels like I felt like a sign, because I was actually sun gazing. I was barefoot and looking right at it with no sun protection at all at times, because I do sun gaze occasionally. And it was just like, it inspired me to become more active again, because I've been stuck up in this matrix working like a dog. So I was like, no, I need to get back active again and reach out and say hi to guys.
No, cool,
So how y'all
man. You do not want to know how much that solar eclipse cost us to sort out to line up with this episode. But I think it was worth it. If it's made one person happy, then, that's good enough for me.
See, and that's exactly how I look at it. It's like I do my content. solar weather forecasting, and I also do other deep dives into like other esoterical things, little hidden bits of truth that other people don't necessarily know. So I kind of post it out there, and it's like if I can even plant a seed in someone's brain to start researching and start looking into things, and if I can help awaken just one mind, like the whole thing just seems to be worth it to me.
Wow. So are you doing a similar sort of thing as Ben from Suspicious Observers?
Yes and no.
Space weather news kind of thing.
Ben from Suspicious Observers, I followed another individual, and I don't really want to get into it because he and I are at opposite ends of the polarity, because he, in a sense, he works for the Free Masonic. He's part of the Illuminati, and I followed him. I actually went to this gentleman's house, and
somebody else,
and he does solar weather as well. And come to find out that he was part of the Illuminati and all that. So he and I are now at odds. But through following him before I found this out, he was doing research on Ben from Suspicious Observers, and come to find out that Ben is actually on the Department of Defense payroll. He's actually on the payroll of the opposition. So it's like, wait a minute, how do you get paid from the Department of Defense and all this, and you're just doing this on the side? Like, no, there's something askew there. So, but it is somewhat similar. Ben completely dismisses anything that has to do with a second son, Nemesis or Nibiru, whatever you want to call it. But I actually, because of my research, I see the evidence that it's there, the mathematical equations of gravitational pulls going on with the planets. In fact, just a couple years ago, you could see that Pluto, the south poles of Pluto were heating up, and then it came into, Neptune and Uranus. And then now at Saturn, there was a moon that just spewed a huge ice/water plume right out into space, enough to be able to see with a telescope from Earth. You could actually see it. So it's like, to me, those are little signs and evidences that something is coming, even though we can't necessarily see it. Something is coming, and it's like, well. And right now, I actually just did a video on this just earlier today. Our sun, the polarity of them is about to, reverse. I mean, they're kind of like dissipating and going away, but they're actually about to go into a reversal, which is part of solar cycles. It happens about every 11 years. But it's early. It shouldn't be coming right now. And there's little evidences you can see for doing that. One of those being filament releases from the North Pole. And usually those filament releases, or some people call them coronal mass ejections, they actually come from the sides, from along the equatorial plane. So when they start coming off the northern pole of the sun, that's kind of an indication that things are getting weaker on the sun, and it's getting ready to do this little magnetic flip. So, and it could actually do a complete pole reversal. I mean, our Earth has done it every 12,600 years. You have the Bermuda Triangle and the Indian Triangle, or in the Indian Ocean, it's called the Devil's Triangle, which are strong magnetic anomalies. Well, if that's where our poles used to reside, you would have magnetic anomalies in those locations. So it makes sense to me.
Oh, right. Just before we carry on with that, we were talking recently about the potential of our sun being a binary system, and some people suggest that it could be with Sirius. Have you looked into that at all, or do you have another potential candidate for a binary star?
Well, I would not say Sirius. And this, of course, we're going to start into that subject. We would actually start delving into extraterrestrial beings, because we know about the Dogon tribe and the Hopi tribes, and their prophecies, and and they literally claim that their ancestors, their gods, if you will, came from Sirius. And the Dogon tribe specifically talking about Sirius A, B, and C before our scientists and astronomers and all that, before they even discovered that there was a Sirius B or a C. So it's like, okay, so that would be a different rabbit hole. But no, I would not think that it's Sirius. However, with Nemesis being, I would think it's more along the lines of Nemesis, so to speak, and where Nibiru is a planet that goes around Nemesis. However, I'm not sure that Nemesis was originally a sister star. I think it was, if we're going to talk about extraterrestrials and their advancements in civilizations and what they can do and their capabilities, I think it's a thing where, and we know that in the universe, that there are rogue stars that just kind of float through around. They just kind of, zoom, they just zoom through the universe, or slowly, fast, however you want to look at it. And I think it's one that they might have captured, and they can actually steer it. So if you've got the Dogons and the Hopi and all these different even the Aborigines, they talk about Sirius as well. So if you've got these different civilizations, they're all talking about Sirius, and we know that the Anunnaki are. So in my eyes, maybe they originated from the Sirius star system, but captured a small brown dwarf star, and they're able to steer that thing and go around where they want. And right now, their aim is to stick around in our solar system, as a binary star, and just kind of come around and loop. And every time that they come around, like Christ said, I will return. So, it's them coming back, around to collect gold, as we know about, with the Vatican and all their hoarding of gold and these tunnels full of gold under the Vatican, which I completely know is there. So they're like gathering it so they can give it to the gods, so to speak, so they can, keep going about their business. In my, I guess, if you want to say my recollection or concept of what I think is true. I haven't seen anything or have anything that's proven me different, but that's my conception of it.
Sort of like a race of galactic tax collectors. Because I can't think of anywhere else, any other reason for hanging around this kind of boring backwater solar system. If I was piloting a brown dwarf around, I'd probably go, around the pillars of creation and stuff like that. It looks pretty sweet.
Orion Nebula, Crab Nebula.
Yeah, the ring one, the witch's head, the turtle's head.
Right. We got a message in from the chat from, how on earth do you spell that Irish name?
Quivine, is it?
Quivine?
Kwame Cumhale. That's an interesting name. The question coming in for Jacob is asking, where is the evidence of a nemesis?
Well, I want to say it's in 1987. I want to say the British Britannica. There's a couple of old encyclopedias and thesauruses where they actually, I believe it was the Encyclopedia. Yeah, the Encyclopedia Britannica. I believe it was the 1987 edition where they were actually talking about in this specific region. They actually showed the discovery of Nemesis, of this secondary brown dwarf or red dwarf star out. I think it was the Pioneer. I want to say the Pioneer. It was either Pioneer 11 or Pioneer 13. I can't remember. Obviously, the numbers, right? Kind of funny. But where they had shown it, and it was literally in that one.
So what's the Pioneer? What's the Pioneer thing? Is that like a probe or something, or a satellite?
Yes. It was a probe satellite that was sent out in space. They had two Pioneers, and they had Endeavors, and they had okay, I can't remember all the names of them, but they sent them out specifically to try and detect these things. And they and the one ended up finding it, and then the secondary one came over. It was like a triangular notification, to find its exact location. They found where it was at, and it was back in 1987, like out at the outer edges of our solar system, or what do you call that?
The Oort cloud.
Yeah, the Oort cloud, if you will, and that it was like out there. And it's like, okay, but they did locate where it was at. And it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then all of a sudden, people stopped talking about it. Like, there was just that one print and nothing else. But in the video I showed today, I actually did a video earlier where I actually show that they tell us these things in movies. They tell us in other little ways. I mean, if you were to look at the back of a 10-pound, a 10 franc, the Swedish franc, the number 10, and I can't remember how many years ago, but it's on the video. It actually, on my video that I did, it shows on the back of this, it actually shows the orbit of Nemesis coming into our solar system. You can see Saturn, you can see Jupiter, you can see the sun, the planets, and where they go, their orbits. And then all of a sudden you see this oblong, orbit of something that's out there. And it's like, okay, well, it's funny how it's a 10-pound franc or whatever, 10 francs. The number 10, planet X is the Roman numeral for 10. So, and then you look over at the front, there's a gentleman's face, and he's like literally looking at the number 10, and there's one little dot that seems to be brighter than the rest of them. And then if you look at those little circles, what it's there, it looks like binary star systems. So it's like, why are they putting that on money if it's not really there? Just like the U.S. dollar, you've got the triangle and the all-seeing eye and all of these things on it. They're putting it on money. If you look at the Star Trek, there was the one where I'm trying to remember the name of the actual one, but it's the one with Khan in it. But right at the very beginning, it shows the planet Nibiru, and where they're on the planet Nibiru, and it's a red planet, red Nemesis. It's a red planet, and but the people are indigenous. But flip that around, we're actually on a blue planet, the opposite for red in polarity, blue planet, and we would be the indigenous species that needs to catch up for real. And the spaceships under the ocean, like they literally tell us all of these things in movies and in video games and all of this stuff, and it's like just people aren't really catching on to it.
So it's that old adage, isn't it, around, hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, or revelation of the method, some people call it.
I call it hiding in plain sight. I just said it.
Yeah.
What is Nemesis? I've never heard of Nemesis.
It's a ride at Alton Towers.
There's a lot of different names for this. Like Jacob mentioned Nibiru.
I've heard of Nibiru.
Yeah, same. It's the same concept. The fact that there is a body out there which is sort of unidentified. It's not easily grasped by, it doesn't follow an orbit like the other celestial bodies around the sun, and it just sort of dips and outs and fucks things up when it arrives. That's the concept, is it not, Jacob?
Like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, well, one of the things that's really interesting is that the orbit of the secondary star comes up from underneath us. Now, it has many names. In the Bible, they call it Wormwood. We've heard Nibiru, Nemesis, Terrell Star, Planet X. It's got multiple different names, but it's all for the same thing. And actually, on the live chat, Apocalypse says Matthew LaCroix does an episode on this, Search for Forgotten Story of Earth. And actually, I took, and believe it or not, Apocalypse, thank you for mentioning that. I follow Matthew LaCroix, and I've actually looked up the information that he has brought to my attention to read, in the video, and I researched, because I'm one of those where it's like, when I look at something, I try to debunk it, and I can't debunk it. So I researched what he's done. I'm like, holy crap, this is actually true. This is right. So then you start looking into the magnetic poles of things. In NASA, there's the European Space Agency. We used to have access to Japan's, but we don't have access to it anymore. But they have different agencies where you can actually look at these different magnetic anomalies. You can actually look at the numbers for it and see how it actually works to a magnetic pole. And I wanted to get 3, and I couldn't quite get to the Japanese one anymore. But you can actually to triangulate this from different groups, different countries to come up with similar numbers. But so far, the European Space Agency and NASA's actually come out, and you can still find the location, and it's coming from underneath us. Which now this is my realm of possibilities for why we are not allowed to go to Antarctica. Because if it's coming up from underneath us, and you have infrared scopes or infrared technology gear where you can actually put it up to a camera or a telescope, you would actually be able to see it, and they don't want people to see it.
Right. Ben from Suspicious Observers, he makes quite a few predictions. So, like, I believe at the moment he's saying about 2040, I think, or maybe in the next 20 years or something, he's predicting like the big event, like the Carrington Event times 100. What's your take on sort of civilization ending CMEs or solar activity?
Well, I see a number of things happening. Well, we know about the Younger Dryas, and we also know about the Carrington Event with that large solar flare that pretty much, if we were as technologically and electrically dependent as we are now, it would have been a world-altering event.
Yeah.
But luckily back then, if you look at the Carrington Event, if you guys, obviously, it sounds like you guys are, a little bit read in, where you guys kind of know about it, telegram, it was all telegraph wiring and stuff. And so, people were getting electrocuted, the people that were connecting and back and forth, poles were burning. And so it's quite interesting. And then when you actually, and if you think about this, I actually kind of looked into this a little bit more. I said, if you look at the paint on our homes, back in like the 50s, they were using lead paint. Well, why were they using lead paint back then and they're not using it now? Well, because back then they remember the Carrington Event, and the lead paint would actually help to protect you and shield you from those harmful rays, and that the plasma from the coronal mass ejection, that lead paint would be a barrier. But now, we can't use it because of this and this and that, and they make up a bunch of reasons to stop using lead paint at all. And it's like, okay. So my seeing of what's going on would be, with it coming up from underneath us, grabbing our poles, creating a pole shift, creating the entire world to flip on end over end, like it has done before, every approximately 12,600 years, which is about how long we stay in a house. Pisces, Aquarius, so on and so forth. So, and that's about how long we get through that, and then you have a crossing point. So with us flipping like that, and with our second sun coming closer, would obviously create large flares, large coronal mass ejections, the sun would just be active because there would be an attraction and a repulsion at the same time from both of these stars. So yeah, it could absolutely create complete havoc on the planet. Earth cooling, afterwards, because of the water washing all over. Yeah, it could definitely do that.
You're going to say something, Matt?
No, I was going to say if there's another solar mass, a coronal mass ejection, I'll be fine because my house is covered in lead paint. It was painted in the 1930s and it's never been touched since.
Right, yeah, just the rest of civilization around you will collapse. You'll be fine.
Yeah, and I can make a fire and that's it. So you're all fucked.
Yeah, I mean, the only people who will survive will be indigenous tribes, in the Congo, in South America, on these little islands where they've been living the same way for, probably since the last time we got fucked.
Really, you're probably right. Those that have been living that way for hundreds of years are probably going to be just fine. We're like, oh yeah, we lived through this the last time. We'll be fine, and the rest of us are going, oh my gosh, what do we do?
Well, they wouldn't have even known it happened. They wouldn't have even noticed the Carrington event or similar. I read an article only today or yesterday that some boffins had confirmed a big event 15,000 years ago.
Right.
Which seems very close to the start of the Younger Dryas, and they were saying it was the biggest one for tens of thousands of years. Probably related. Who knows?
Good old boffins.
One of the things that we have to keep in mind, though, is that when the Carrington event, there was a precursor to all of these fires and stuff happening, and it was the flare itself. Those that were on the daylit side of the Earth, if you go back and you read the articles, they actually saw the flare. I mean, imagine being outside, and you're just kind of, walking along or playing with the kids out in the front yard or the front garden, whatever you guys call it over there. And all of a sudden the sun gets like 2 to 3 times brighter. You'd be like, whoa, what the heck? I mean, you're going to feel that X-ray, you're going to feel that radiation burn on your skin. You're going to be like, ow. And there are reports of people talking about it getting super bright and then, getting a sunburn, and they've only been out in the sun for a few minutes. And then, everybody kind of rushing in. And then the coronal mass ejection and the force from it actually hit the Earth within I think it was like 8 hours or less. It ended up hitting. So the coronal mass ejection hit the opposite side of the planet versus what the flare hit because, of rotation. So
one of the things that really blew my mind in recent episodes, because you mentioned Apocalypse before, Matt Apocalypse, when he made the link between the Younger Dryas. We always think of the Stone Age people as living in caves. And that's what they did habitually, but he made this link, this hypothesis that no, people were forced. We could have had all sorts of sort of agrarian societies living off the land, agriculture, but the end of the beginning of the Younger Dryas forced us to live in caves. Because you couldn't go outside, you couldn't survive long enough outside. You had to hunt at night. And stay in the cave during the day, and it was like, gosh, we could have it so ass backwards. We think of Stone Age people as being primitive.
Is why couldn't you go outside during the day? Because the atmosphere, in a sense, our geomagnetic field, the tops of it, like the ionosphere and stuff, were actually kind of blown away.
Yeah,
like our ozone, so just so more radiation was coming in. So yeah, you had to go hunt at night. Can that happen again? Yes, it happens on a regular cycle. It's just, when is it going to happen again?
Are you making any predictions, Jacob? When do I need to start prepping?
No. I was going to be a smart aleck and say between now and 500 years, but there's really no way, because we, as the general populace, or if you want to say the Commonwealth, we do not have access to all of the data and information that they do.
Right.
Being the upper echelon, the elites, if you will. So we don't have access to that information. So we don't have the ability of predicting that with the tools that they allow us to have, because they keep certain things for themselves.
Just going back to, you mentioned, were you suggesting Ben was on the State Department's payroll? Not I, Ben.
I was not suggesting it. I'm saying he is.
Right.
No suggestion about it.
What would be the reason for that? The rationale for that?
Got to make a living somehow. Now, the guy is very smart. I will say Ben is very smart about a lot of the things that he discusses.
Thank you.
And because he has a photographic memory, it makes him very intriguing. And don't get me wrong, I still follow his channel. I still listen to what he says, but I also listen to what he doesn't say. So, and I know a lot of people out there, and I'm sure some of your listeners and some of the people in the live chat, some will say, oh, well, this person's a shill. This person works for this person, so you just shouldn't. No. That's the wrong attitude. Still listen to what they're saying, but also listen to what they're not saying specifically. Everything is information. It's what we choose to do with it is what matters. That's what counts.
Yeah, so practice discernment, in other words.
Yes. And that's why I still follow Ben, because some of the stuff that he talks about, and he's very smart. I'm not going to deny him any of that whatsoever. In fact, I think I remember listening to the he actually told a backstory when I first started following him before I discovered that he was on the Department DOD payroll. He told this backstory about him and it's either his brother or someone he knows. They had gotten together for a meal or something, and he was talking about solar flares, and the other guy was talking about all these earthquakes and whatever, and they were just kind of noticing a correspondence between the two, and how coronal mass ejections and solar winds impacting the planet actually create earthquakes. And so that they started linking this stuff up, and that's how a lot of the stuff that he does really came about, because the guy that he was speaking, this other guy happened to be part of DOD, and I think that's kind of how he found his way in the back door of it, by doing these predictions and stuff like that. So
cool. Jacob, what's your channel name?
Jacob of Ephraim.
Jacob of Ephraim. You say Ephraim. I always think it's Ephraim, but you say Ephraim.
Yeah,
So
Ephraim. How it just like it is when you see me on the chat, Jacob of Ephraim. That's the name of my main YouTube channel. My backup one is Solar Wolf, and that's pretty much just solar weather.
Right.
Something related to the sun, what's going on with it, or like the eclipse. I posted there. But on my main channel, I have different playlists. Some of them where I dive into star forts, and you can see star forts from the sky. Where I make Star Wars connections to the Anunnaki, to the Bible.
Cool.
I put a lot of these things together. I show different weird anomalies. Me and my co-host, Ambiguous Figs, I call her Figgy. We actually, she's my co-host for my one segment called Psycho Clown World. That I have as my playlist, and where we start talking about all kinds of different stuff. And one of my most recent ones is called A New World Order, but instead of a new, like as in a brand new thing, it's ANU, like the father of the Anunnaki gods, Anu. What if it's actually Anu World Order, like his world order?
Yeah, cool. That sounds intriguing. I'm going to check your channel out.
Yeah.
Helen in the chat was saying you should come back and do a proper podcast with us.
Absolutely.
If we'd be up for that, drop us an email if you would, Jacob, at theamishinquisition.com. And if you're game, we'd like to have you back and do a proper full hours episode and dive into this shit. If you're a game.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Right,
fantastic.
Well, thanks. Thanks for.
So, what's your email again? The AmishInquisition.com.
The Amish Inquisition at gmail.com.
At Gmail. Okay, there we go. At gmail.com. Okay, well, I've got Gmail, so I'll actually type that in. I'll send you an email here shortly, so that way you'll have my email address, and we'll be good to go.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, thanks for phoning in, Jacob. It was nice to
cheers,
talk to you.
Jacob.
Yeah.
And have a nice Sunday.
Great.
Yes,
you guys have a good one.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Right, so on to 1987 years of films.
Hey, wow. We haven't even done 1986 yet. Come on.
Well,
Hey, that was good. That was a good chat. That.
It was a good chat.
Good call.
I enjoyed that.
Phone lines are open.
We need a full hour, don't we, with Jacob?
I think so, yeah. Because
Of Ephraim.
We've not done anything on space weather.
No.
So, I'll say not anything. I mean, we've sort of glancing blows here and there. Yeah. Crocodile Dundee, I believe. We're on C, man. We've done A, B, and C.
No.
What's Z?
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
That's a cult classic, is it not?
Yes,
It is, yeah.
Definitely.
You'll like this one, Matt. Oh, well, you both like it. Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
Imagine your life
Compliance.
without these films.
I think that's one of Helen's favourite, Flight of the Navigator. I believe she watched a documentary about it and recommended it one time.
Right. Is it got Doogie Howser in it?
Has it got Doogie Howser in it? No.
I remember we watched it in English class once.
Did we?
Yeah, but I didn't go.
What was she doing? reading a book underneath your mum and dad's desk.
What are you doing? Reading.
That's what you used to do. Read a choose your own adventure book under your mum's desk or something.
Yeah, I used to read a lot of them. I used to plagiarise on them from my English homework as well. I got an A for creative writing. So I plagiarised. And YouTube, through algorithm, threw up a suggested video of the Choose Your Own Adventure book that I'd plagiarised. A man doing a playthrough.
Wow.
In 2023.
Yeah.
Of a 40-year-old book.
You're inside your head. Yeah, Flight Navigator.
Well,
G.
What about The Fly, Jeff Goldblum?
Wow.
Imagine your life without The Fly existing.
Imagine this amount of films coming out in one year.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, 2017. What came out in 2017? I imagine you'll struggle to get 5 half-decent films.
A Harry Potter.
Would there be? Maybe.
I don't
the
know.
last one, maybe?
A Lord of the Rings or Hobbit.
No.
Not in 2017?
Nah.
Maybe The Hobbit. That
Absolutely.
was 3, wasn't it?
Jack shit. What else have we got in 1986? Oh, a great comedy, The Golden Child. Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
And wasn't Charles Dance?
I think he was the baddie,
I
wasn't
think he was the baddie in The Golden Child. Before his what's his most famous recent role?
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Lannisters.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look, we've got Star Wars The Last Jedi came out in 2017. Wow. Oh, The Mummy by Tom Cruise. Maybe the worst horror film ever made.
No, I quite enjoyed The Mummy, actually.
Oh, my gosh. Absolute trash. Beauty and the Beast.
There must be some Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant. So basically, we've got just shitty remakes of the 1986 films.
Yeah, Blade Runner there, 2049.
Blade Runner, yeah. Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, sorry. Terrible.
Dunkirk, that came out.
Oh, wow. That's a good film.
So I enjoyed that.
So, we've got Dunkirk, Blade Runner. But the thing is, like, I wouldn't miss Blade Runner 2049.
I've seen it.
Because I have Blade Runner.
Original.
There's nothing, basically, is there? There's Dunkirk, which was half decent, and some Marvel schlock. And that's it. In the entire year. Logan was 2017. Which isn't a bad film. So, going back to a classic year, The Karate Kid Part 2, skip over that. Labyrinth, one of the best musicals ever, came out in 1986, Matt.
Musical?
Yeah.
I don't like them.
You must like this one, Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, I did like that one. I watched it over and over because it was weird.
The animatronics were next level on that.
Yeah, it used to freak me out with the plant. It used to really freak me out.
Feed me, Seymour!
Yeah. And what's the guy? And he retired from acting. Who was in
Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, 2 big movies for Steve Martin. 3 Amigos and Little Shop of Horrors. He was only a cameo.
Steve Martin in it?
He was the dentist in Little Shop of Horrors.
Ah,
wasn't he?
right, okay.
The leather jacket. What are you doing on your phone?
He's
I'm trying to find the best year in the 90s.
Oh, right. Probably
we're watching.
What year was T2? Was that 92 or 91?
I'm going to say 92.
I think it was. We'll just wrap up 1986. Platoon for your war movies.
Yeah.
Oliver Stone directed. Charlie
This
Sheen.
Is My Rifle. No, that's Full Metal Jacket. Isn't it?
Yeah. No, Platoon is Oliver Stone. It's Charlie Sheen, Willem Dafoe.
That guy from Scrubs.
He might be in Platoon.
Yeah. Not Dr. Cox.
Which one? The one with the ginger hair. I think he is in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I can't believe neither of you have noticed that there's no Arnie film yet in 1996.
Is it Commando?
It's Raw Deal.
Raw
Deal.
Raw Deal. That's it's like a gay film, that one, isn't it? I think.
Is it?
Yeah. It's gay slang.
Right, is it?
You're getting the raw deal tonight.
Yeah. It's the raw deal. He gets to pick. Does he get to pick his lover? Athletic. Dark-haired. No.
Brunette.
Short Circuit. Johnny Five.
Oh, he's alive.
Yes.
Now, this is a weird link. Check this out. The guy who was the boffin in...
The Indian guy?
He wasn't Indian, was he?
Oh, do you mean Steve Gutenberg?
Steve Gutenberg, was he in that?
He was the main character.
Was he?
Steve Gutenberg, and the Indian guy was the boffin.
Was he the boffin? Are you sure? It's somebody else then. If it was Indian. I don't think he was Indian. I think he was...
What's your fact? What's your weird link?
Well, I thought it was a guy who directed the David Beckham documentary on Netflix.
Holy crap, that's a weird link.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't an Indian man do that?
Because I don't think he's Indian. He doesn't have an Indian name.
Have you not seen Bandit like Beckham?
Yeah.
Don't look at the screen when I'm Googling something. Talk amongst yourselves, for fuck's sake.
Well, I thought you were just going to put something up. There's been lots of surprises going on.
No.
Yes, Fisher Stevens. Him. He's not an Indian, but he's called Ben Jabitya. That real ethnic Indian name, Fisher Stevens.
Right.
It could be his screen name, no. But yes, he directed the David Beckham documentary. There it is, there.
All right.
He was also in Succession.
Your mother was a snowblower. Johnny Five is alive.
Was there not other ones in it? Were they like battle robots or something? Is that what they're supposed to be?
It was proper military-industrial complex, wasn't it? They were robots. They had rocket launchers on the shoulders,
was the thing,
Johnny Five was sentient. It's an AI,
like Ed
pre-programming.
Yeah, they knew it was coming.
Ed 209.
RoboCop. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah, and he got loose, didn't he? Johnny Five got loose and became sentient, and so the black helicopters came for him, didn't they? Black FEMA camps, black helicopters. They came for Johnny Five, and Steve Gutenberg and the other guy had to save him.
So
he can't do this. He is alive.
And the other guy, Fisher Stevens, some Indian guy.
He had a terrible accent. That's why. It's obviously a fake accent, isn't it? He had a really. He was like Apu from The Simpsons.
Kind of Petalon.
Yeah.
Easy for you to say.
Is there more?
Stand By Me.
Oh. Yeah, that's a classic.
Old classic, innit? River Phoenix.
Yes.
Will Wheaton.
Is Will Wheaton in it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, don't make me Google it, because you know I'm right. Don't question me.
Will Wheaton?
The guy who doesn't even like movies has to fucking...
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton? Wheaton.
Yeah, it's popped up. 86.
It was Gordy, a young boy who searches for a rumoured dead body in the 50s era Oregon film. Yeah, Will Wheaton.
Oh, they've got that other guy in it as well that's gone crazy. Who was in all 80s films.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss. John Cusack. Jesus,
Wow.
All the Lost Boys.
Susan Thorp. Fat lady.
No picture.
So we're just reading the IMDb. Yeah, I think that's the last of the...
Is there any other faces there that you recognise?
Bradley Gregg plays Eyeball Chambers.
Art Burke plays Principal Wiggins.
Skinner.
And the last film is Star Trek 4, which I thought was notable.
Is that the one where they saved the whales?
I think it is, isn't it?
I think Star Trek 4 is the Journey Home, is it? Star Trek 4
with the whales.
No, it's the comedy one.
With the whales.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Whatever.
Comedy?
See, Johnny Fox. I was sure he was an Indian guy. Mandela effect.
Yeah, you're all wrong. It does look a bit swarthy though, so it could pass for Asian-y.
Okay.
Oh, Howard the Duck from Lee from the Big Conspire. That was
86. Yeah,
Star Wars man, wasn't it? George Lucas involved in Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck. It was a George Lucas thing.
Yeah,
and it was a bomb, wasn't it? Because it was terrifying.
Yeah, made a cameo appearance, and I believe Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, he did. Was he? He was in. Yes, he was. Was he not in the thing? The collector.
The collector's thing.
Yeah.
Has he got a scene at the end of one of them as well?
Maybe.
Trope.
I've not seen the last Guardians film.
Have we not?
No.
Bill gave up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Gave up a long time ago.
Gave up on live
Marvel
and cinema and film.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
I've got 1986. I'll just stick with that. I
That's all you
think.
need. That's it.
Have you even watched Stand By Me?
2017.
Sorry?
Occasional dip into 2017.
Yeah, for what?
Dunkirk.
Yeah, I watched that on Christmas Day 2020, the lockdown Christmas. I watched that while I watched my dog die.
Fuck me.
Oh my God!
Yeah, horrific. It probably ruined the movie for me.
Yes,
It's like the worst Christmas ever. The Christmas where no one had come and even talked to you. And the freaking dog died. I stayed up. I passed out in the end. I fell asleep. I remember it being like 5:05 on the couch watching Dunkirk, and next thing I know, the missus is waking me up at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck it. She's got an emergency appointment at the vets, and that was it. Good night, Vienna.
Oh.
Hey, I tell you what. She had a good innings.
Yes.
15, I think the dog was.
Wow.
Which is old for big dogs.
It is, isn't it?
She had her own portrait session. I remember doing that many years ago.
Yeah, we've got it somewhere.
Yeah.
We've got a digital copy somewhere. The thing is, it's like my missus was saying, she was around someone's house and they had all these photos of kids everywhere, all over at walls, and we don't tend to print things anymore, do we? We tend to just take photos and they end up on an SD card or a hard drive, and you never look at them.
We make books, so my daughter's got a book for every year, and it might just be the shit photos that you take on your phone, like you say, but we force ourselves to undigitize these things.
My missus found something where you basically upload your holiday snaps, and it costs like £4 or something, and they send you a book.
Yeah,
through the post, and
nice.
Have something physical to keep.
Easy,
yeah,
snappy snaps.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, I need a piss.
Oh,
Housekeeping.
Oh no.
Housekeeping.
Not alone.
This one. I'm in control. Right.
What does he say?
He says it's been 300 episodes, so you should know what you're doing by now.
300 episodes. So this is a value for value podcast.
It's a value for value podcast. We sell some stuff also.
Now, if you would like to return some value, please do so through the following methods.
Yes, spread the word through your mouth.
Phil's favourite way of returning some value.
He's not here.
is to use word of mouth.
So yes, spread the word
with
through
your mouth. Yeah. Should we do everything together?
3, 2, 1. Right, YouTube.
Go.
Subscribe, comment, like, hit the bell, all
bell.
that jazz. We're on there now. You can see us doing our shit. That's really good. Leaving us a review, and I believe we've had a review.
Have we?
We have. I saw
he's
it come
gone out of the
through,
room.
But he's left. So
is it written down?
We'll
on his
cover
paper?
that.
Where's his paper?
He hasn't got any paper.
He does have a paper.
Stand by. Yes, we've got a review, and it starts off.
Oh God!
Is there a picture?
Picture review, blooming heck!
Yeah, come on.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna. I thought you were gonna do the value for value, and
You thought we were going to choke, didn't
and
you?
all the other stuff. No, I don't want headlines.
Chinese athletes.
No, we're not doing headlines. We're doing
Chinese athletes.
You want the review? It's here. You
I
ready?
want the review.
Yeah.
Bring the review up now.
Great pond.
Lads. I just found the lads, and I've been binging ever since.
The lads.
Started at 1, and now they're up to 190.
Oh, you
in
sick fuck!
a mere few months. I know that is crazy. Are you retarded? Are you where is
Which
it?
one is it?
They've got luxuriant beards.
No.
Say, plot that.
No.
The lads. Lads.
Bastard.
Are you retarded?
Yes.
There we go.
Crazy. So anytime I hear the Andrew Shatkin dubs.
Oh, God.
Whoa. No.
Did someone request some Shatkins?
Shatkin.
Yeah.
I think you're hitting the point, Phil, that and it really bothers me because I believe I have an issue in this respect.
Oh, Andrew, you're a special gentleman.
Me, Andrew.
Anytime I hear the Andrew Shatkin dubs, I laugh uncontrollably. More Shatkin. Keep it up, boys. Thanks for the work. And that's from Awkward Thompson via Apple Podcasts in the United States of America.
Imagine having an Apple Podcast subscriber.
I know.
They're like rocking horse shit, aren't they? Oh, there's another one.
Is that another one?
I should apologise because no, there's only one.
Oh,
There's only one.
That's
There's only
not
one
so,
review.
We were late catching that. That was from September.
That's from
was it?
That's from September.
Awkward Thompson.
That's why we need to be informed of the reviews because we can't be everywhere over the internet. You see?
No. So Awkward Thompson, in about 4 years, when you're up to episode 300.
Yeah.
Apologies for that delayed reaction from us. So yeah, leave us a review
And a producer credit that you can now put on your LinkedIn.
On the bottom here, wherever it is. No,
put it on your LinkedIn.
Yeah, do it. CV, all that jazz. Excellent. Merchandise. You can buy.
Oh, we've got to do this now.
Merchandise from the Amish loot chest.
Is it in here?
Links are in the show notes on the website and all that sort of good stuff. You can buy yourself
merch store. You could buy
the eyeball.
The eyeball.
Click your eyeballs.
You could buy. You are the carbon they want to reduce.
And then how do we make it go next?
T-shirts.
Go up a bit.
This one.
Right arrow.
There we go.
A bacon nuts T-shirt. Look at the size of those pork balls.
These prices aren't current, so that's probably about 50 quid now.
They're not grape either.
Ignore the prices.
Hey, if you sign up for the newsletter that comes out the first of the month, you get a 10% discount code for the merch store.
10%. I mean, that's like only 90% you have to pay.
We sold a mug the other month, and we made £1.
Yes.
£1.
Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about spreading the love.
Spreading the mugs. 3 weeks to Flatten the Earth. That's designed by, is it Lee?
Lee was in the chat before. Lee from the Big Conspire podcast.
Big Conspire. Thank you for
It's a
designing
lovely
that.
design, that, isn't it?
Still my favourite, I think.
I've still got my Literally a Communist hoodie.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a Ben original. That's
It
from
is,
the
yeah.
dark days of the podcast.
Got Lenin's fist on it, so you know it's good.
Yeah. I get some funny looks in the one stop when I wear that.
You're not clicked.
Very good, very good.
And just the normal splash there.
Original
splash.
Oh, sorry, it was the T-shirt we made £1 on. We sold a classic tee and made £1.
Pound off £21.
But, you know, if someone says, hey, where'd you get that weird T-shirt from?
Stop.
Yeah.
Press
Eyeball.
stop.
Eyeball.
Stop.
Eyeball.
Stop.
Give me control now. You make me nervous.
You can join the Element server. That's where you can engage with other eavesdroppers and yours truly, and these two.
We had some
smegs.
A lot of people
I was just
joined
going to
this
say,
week,
we've
didn't
had
they?
some activity in Element, haven't we, recently, in the last week or so?
Yeah.
Had a handful of people join, which is nice.
It's a bit like Discord, but you got to join the rooms separately, which is it's fine. You pick and choose. Where
It's
you
more
wanna
customizable.
see us. Absolutely, yeah.
I've got a YouTube comment to highlight, which we haven't done for a while. We did do you remember we talked to Michael LaFlemme about his book Visions of Atlantis, and he was talking about Edgar Cayce and Atlantis research and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And Michael, after appearing on our show, well, he went on Grimerica.
Oh, I know those guys.
And he also went on a big channel, I can't remember what it's called, channel with like 500,000 subscribers.
Just because of us.
Nope. Sorry. Which?
Sorry, just because of us.
I don't know. But so we got some blowback from that. It got 700 views.
Wow.
Just from his appearance on a big channel.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
so someone found our video after seeing him on this other channel and left us a nice comment regarding our video with Michael. Finally, this is Clayton Bigsby's 6911. Finally, someone to interview our top man Michael, who isn't a total cookmeister. Like that dude Alex from Next Level Soul. That's what it's called. Next Level Soul podcast.
All right.
Great interview, guys. So thank
Guys
you.
are cool.
Thanks, Clayton.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Try not to be cookmeisters, do we?
No. Try.
Apparently, the guy during the interviewer, was saying how much he enjoyed the new Indiana Jones film.
Ugh.
So
What a cookmeister.
Illuminati confirmed.
Not watched it yet.
You know
no,
what you can do?
Who wants to?
No one.
You know.
Instead of watching that, why not create some artwork?
Just fucking wring this IP dry. This intellectual property for the last ounce.
What's it called?
Of
I don't even know
ticket
what
sales.
the strapline is. I do.
Why don't
The
you dial
of
into
Destiny,
Why
that's
don't you
it.
dial into Destiny tonight and call the Amish Inquisition?
Oh, yeah. The phone lines are open if you're in the UK. 07562 245 894 if you want to ring us. We know Skype works now.
Or if you still want to use snail mail.
Text 20 in the Amish Inquisition to donate £20. Plus your usual network fee.
Oh, I should say thanks to Luxury Turtle.
Okay.
Okay.
On YouTube.
Thanks,
because
Luxury Turtle.
He dropped like 3 super stickers of £12. £12.
Wow.
Blimey, Luxury Turtle.
Thanks for that. We get a slice of that.
Making it rain.
From the old YouTube.
Mm.
Do you think it was a mistake? Lent on the keyboard. Shit.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the equivalent of drunk eBaying.
Yes. Oof. Danger.
Drunk super stickering.
Danger. So easy.
Will Robinson. So if you join the Element server, you can send news articles, videos, audio. If it's really long, timestamp it for us.
Yes, please.
You can also suggest some guests. We've had some good ones through the years, haven't we?
Got one tonight.
Got one tonight, yeah.
Yep.
You can request some focus chi. Is your chi depleted, Ben?
Mine is brimming.
Okay, so Ben needs to get rid of some chi. So let's see
Caramel biscuit.
if we can. Caramel biscuit.
Sorry.
Someone's not working tomorrow morning.
Oh God. Could get a little bit fruity in the next half hour or so. Caramel biscuit. Why is it so light?
It's caramel biscuit.
Can you put that song on again? Because that makes me laugh.
What song?
Taste the biscuit. But we don't want no honey stars.
I should have done that after.
Yeah.
First on BBC One.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
That's enough of that shit.
I thought we were going to do the whole thing.
Yeah, the bit at the end's the best.
Yeah.
Copyright strike.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've probably just got one.
Fair use.
Well, I think as long as you fairly comment on the content that you've just ripped off. So what was it particularly that you enjoyed about that clip we just played?
I think it's really funny.
I like the setting.
Yeah, and it's made me think, where's that clip come from? Let's watch it's a documentary, a mockumentary, I believe, isn't it?
I want to know what kind of biscuits they're talking about. Do you think it's the American biscuits and gravy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the English name for American biscuit?
Like a dumpling, I think.
I don't know.
I think. Or a dumpling.
Taste.
Oh my God, he's wiping his ass.
No.
He's wiping his dumpling.
Is it your birthday coming up? Why don't you request a birthday shout out?
Yeah,
I think somebody's birthday. It was someone's. Was it not Nick's?
I think it was Nicholas, wasn't it, from the Element server?
Yeah.
Oh.
Should we give him? What should we give him?
Happy birthday.
There's a birthday boy among us.
Boy.
Yeah. What about birthday goblin?
Well, isn't it your birthday next week, Matt?
It might be.
Bloody hell, that's come round quick. You only up on last year.
I know.
They say, happy birthday, you goblin.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, sorry, I'll give you this one instead.
Happy birthday, you giant mistake.
Can I have Hugh Janus?
Happy birthday, huge anus.
Thank you.
Happy?
I'm okay. Medium, I'd say.
We do that. We do birthday shout-outs.
Do birthday shout-outs,
Oh, we
yeah.
got a Lee from the Big Conspires requested a birthday shout out live on the show.
He's 50.
Ah, he's on a good day over.
49?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's Lee's birthday on Friday. 50 on Friday.
Imagine being 50.
He doesn't look bad for 50, does he?
No, he looks like, 51 max.
What should we give him?
Oh, there's only
more,
4.
haven't we? Yes.
There's a birthday boy among us.
Happy
There we
birthday,
go.
Lee. Have a good...
Yeah.
will you still be podcasting on Friday, Lee, if you turn 50? That's what I want to know.
Maybe it has to.
Yeah.
Contractually obliged.
Yeah.
Yeah. No rest for the wicked.
So
Word of mouth.
Are we going down again?
God, are we still doing housekeeping? Fuck me.
It's bad, isn't it?
Did a newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter.
We've
done
done
that.
that. All we need to know
is the best way is to ring into the show on 07562 245 894 or Skype us at the
Not at.
No at.
Just live colon and live in your colon and then live colon the Amish Inquisition.
Yes, do that. And also toss us a coin.
Toss a coin to
That's right, do it for the lads.
Lads.
If you're feeling charitable or you get some value from this podcast, you want to return some value, go to the website or the show notes and you'll find a PayPal button there. Or if you're in the Element server, you'll find the PayPal button there. Give us a one-off donation or sign up for a monthly recurring sustaining donation and help us to
Save Flopland.
keep the lights on and the shit show going for another 300 episodes.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Imagine getting to 600.
Oh, man.
When can we give up?
I gave up a while ago.
Unbesmegging leavable.
Okay, right. Shall we thank the producers for episode 300 then? I think it's about time.
It's time to big up the man Dems. Yo.
Okay, we've got Emma Bridges, Awkward Thompson, Luxury Turtle, and Helen and Aliyah.
Very good.
I think Helen and Aliyah deserve it because they provide so much content through the email and through Element and news stories, even though we're not actually using any tonight. I think they deserve to be recognised for episode 300.
Yeah.
Oh, Willie G.
Literally. The best mate.
The dwarf.
The currants. The grape.
The doctor of thugonomics.
Homophobe. The wind.
The giant fucking lenses.
Chest feeding. Communist.
Based Sigma Chad.
Corn pop. Cunt.
Baby penis.
Inner asshole.
These clockwork clowns.
The dime bar.
The number 11.
The vegan on the bus.
The blind man.
The big chungus.
The cripple and the mother.
Sonny Pickering.
From hell.
Are you retarded?
I don't get it, never will. Because I'm literally a communist.
They are.
Yeah.
So amazing in their love.
Yeah, thanks for your support for another week. It's much appreciated. What's that?
Always.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh! We've got
Answer it.
Sorry. Got Matthew on the line. Matt Apocalypse, how you doing, Matt?
Yeah. Matthew.
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good.
Fair to middling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you calling in with an update around the Younger Dryas for us?
Have you got any slides?
I've sent you 3 pictures on your Gmail.
Oh. Are they nudes? Otherwise, I'm not interested.
No, that's on my OnlyFans.
All right. Do I need to look at these now? Shall I try and
I reckon you should put them up here.
Right, okay.
gosh.
Well, okay. How are you then, Matthew of the Chins?
I'm good. I thought you guys were getting lonely. You've only had one call in tonight.
I know.
I know. I can't believe no one's rung on the phone. It's making me think that it's broken.
We've had to screen a few.
Yeah, I mean, there's been 5 mariachi bands have called from Portugal, and we've not been able to answer, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I've got a picture up now. The thing is, I'm gonna
geometry on
He's
that.
drawn a massive kite on the Earth.
That's a photograph, Matthew.
Oh, it's stadias. We're talking in stadia again.
Stadias, degrees.
Yeah.
So is this your sort of your latest research then, Matt? What are you looking at?
Obviously, you've seen all the yellow lines before.
Right, so
Yes.
we've got Avebury, the Reshat, and Atlantis making a triangle, and then like coming out the apex of the triangle across the Atlantic to Bimini. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I've been looking at Chichen Itza because it's considered by many to be the most sacred site in like Mexico and the Yucatan. And it's exactly 72.00 degrees or 43,200 stadia from Avebury.
Give over. Whoa, 432's in the house.
Yeah. And
And
72 degrees.
Now, explain that. What's the 72 degrees mean? Because I can't understand that just by looking at that picture.
It's exactly 1/5 of the Earth's circumference from Avebury. So I think that's to do with using solar alignments to measure distances.
These mad bastards.
But where does it? Because when you say degrees, to me, I think about a protractor. And degrees, there's 360 degrees in a circle. So is that 72 degrees? Is that the?
That's 5.
If 360 would take you all around the world, would it?
Yeah, that's right. So it's 72 degrees of arc.
Of arc, right? Holy shit! And so, just remind us, where's the unit of the stadia derived from?
Well, it's an Earth measurement, so it's exactly. If you had a 60-degree circle like they used to have in the ancient world before we used 360 degrees, if you divide that by 60 and 60 again, then you get a stadia. So it's 1/216,000th of the Earth's circumference.
216, which is half of 432. It's another sacred number. This is wild. And then
It gets more wild if you go on to the next slide.
Next slide, please.
Hang on.
Enhance!
Well, just before we go to the next slide, you've got the Reshat structure there as well. So that's the same relationship to Chichen Itza, is it?
It's not quite. It's very close. It's like something like 71 point something. It's not quite 72, but I think.
Oh, it's only 71.9, I'm afraid.
There's something going on.
It's a very similar latitude to Chichen Itza. It's within half a degree. So it's both of these places are within the tropics. So you will get the sun at zenith or directly overhead 2 days a year.
That's mental. Right. How do I go forward? I need to go back.
Yeah.
And then click this one.
This one.
This one. Is this the next one? The right-angled triangle starting at the Temple of Kukulkan.
Yeah. So Chichen Itza is a complex of different buildings. So the 72.00 degrees is the link between Avebury, which I think is an observatory, and there's actually an observatory at Chichen Itza. So it's well known, is accepted as being an observatory, and that's where that distance comes from. But there's more than one building at Chichen Itza.
Right.
And they have a temple dedicated to Kukulkan, the plumed serpent.
Yes.
Okay, so there's also a temple dedicated to Kukulkan in Mexico at Teotihuacan.
That's
he's not called Kukulkan there. He's called Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
Same god.
Same guy, the plumed serpent. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's 1,080 kilometers to within half a kilometer. That's how accurate it is between those two temples.
Right. And again, 1080 is a sacred number, sacred geometry
Yes.
fans.
So we see that 1080 kilometers back in the old world between the head of the Sphinx and Göbekli Tepe.
Right. Well, it's half of 216. We mentioned 216 before. 2,160 years is a 12th. It's a month of precession, the precessional cycle. So when you say we're in the age of Aquarius or the age of Pisces, they're 2,160 years in round numbers.
But I think all of these are based on a base 9 number system.
Right.
So they're all divisible by 9, all of these measurements. But we've also got a measurement between the Temple of Kukulkan and Monk's Mound, which is the biggest earthworks in the Americas, which also sits at the Atlantis latitude at 3/7 from the equator. And that's 1080 nautical miles or 10,800 stadia.
Oh, wow. So nautical miles, and there's a relationship between nautical miles and stadia there.
Yeah, it's a nautical mile is exactly 10 stadia.
Wow. And what's a nautical mile?
I think it's a 60th of I can't remember. I'll have to work it out and calculate it right now. But it's based on our 360 degree measurement. So if we have 360 degrees, that splits into minutes as well. Yes, it's 1 minute of arc using our modern system. Wow. So 1/21,600th of the circumference around the world.
Monk's Mound. Now, I feel like someone's brought this. It might have been Stig who mentioned
I think Stig's mentioned
Monk's Mound. But it's something that's not really in the consciousness, in the zeitgeist. I've not heard of Monk's Mound until recently. Do we know anything about it?
It's at Cahokia. So there's something underneath it, which is probably older, but obviously you're not allowed to excavate it because of... obviously, there's still people in the area that has significance to, so you can't just dig stuff up.
Right.
But it's a case of, I think it's a bit like Silbury Hill. So Silbury Hill is a fixed fraction between the 4/7 line of latitude and the next one down. It's 1/1000th. Well, the Monk's Mound is 1/144th from the 3/7 line of latitude. I think it's another marker showing you how big the world is, and all these measurements are based on Earth units. So the kilometers based on the size of the Earth, the nautical miles based on the size of the Earth, and so is the stadia.
Really? Oh man! You see, this is where there's a bit of a controversy, isn't there, between kilometers and miles? Now, the way
I think miles are a measure of astronomical body. So the moon is measured in miles on the base 9 number 6 system, like 2,160 miles in diameter. The Earth you can measure in miles. I can't remember what it is, 7,000 or something. But again, it's divisible by 9, and so is the sun. And it's like the miles are to measure the planets, the moon, the stars, and the kilometers and stadia are used to measure the Earth.
I mean, right. I didn't think of it that way. The way I was looking at it was that miles are the measure of man, because a mile is 1,000 paces. And who was it? Was it Protagoras who said man is the measure of all things? So you've got the mile being the human measure, and the kilometer being the geological measure, maybe.
It could well be. I mean, I don't think anyone knows what the true origins are of these units of measure. I'm looking at it from a really sort of materialist, practical perspective.
Yeah. Something to do with, isn't the kilometer linked to the speed of light as well? Maybe.
It is now, yeah. It's originally an Earth measurement, even by the modern day claim of the kilometer. But now, because I think in France, the SI meter, they're worried about it deteriorating over time. They've now quantified it as a wavelength of light, because that's a fixed unit of measurement.
Bloody French propaganda. Yeah. Should we go on? You said you had 3 slides. Is there another one?
Yeah, just before we move on, I think it's really interesting about the whole Kukulkan thing, because he's the plumed serpent.
Yeah.
And in the Egyptian creation story of the lost island, the island of the egg story, Horus, the falcon god, he fights the great leaping one, which is the enemy serpent. And in later retellings of the story, he's no longer known as the great leaping one or the enemy serpent. He's now known as Set, or Seth, who eventually, through Christianity, becomes Satan. Who is then, linked with the Garden of Eden, being the serpent in the Garden of Eden. And Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl are both associated with the morning star, which literally translates to Lucifer.
Yeah, this is heavy shit, man, isn't it? It's like I've been down some Gnostic rabbit holes in my short sojourn in this material realm, and it's incredibly seductive, is what I would say.
I'm kind of implying that there's a shared mythology between the old world and the new world.
Yeah.
And there could have been, I'm massively speculating, but there could have been two different cults, and one of the cults was the cult of the serpent, and one was the cult of the falcon, and that's just morphed over time.
Yeah, well,
and the cult of the falcon maybe ended up becoming the Abrahamic religions after a long enough period of time.
Yes, and the other side would be the Brotherhood of the Serpents, the people who St. Patrick eliminated from the British Isles, the snakes, the Druids.
Well, I think it's really interesting if you look at Orion, because
it looks like DMT.
Sometimes the Orion constellation is often it has been equated by people in the past with Horus beating a serpent, rather than thinking of it as a man holding a bow and arrow. He's actually holding a snake in one hand and a club over his head with the other hand.
Yeah, these symbols are ripe for people projecting their own cultural milieu onto, aren't they? Whatever.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because it's just so it's the obvious constellation in the sky. It's the easiest to identify, the most recognizable in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
That's right.
It's okay. We'll clip that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love this. And like right angle triangles, I mean, they just suggest something that is purposeful when you see a right angle,
Well, people like the Heath brothers and Howard Crowhurst are suggesting that a lot of Stone Age monuments are linked by right angle triangles.
Yeah. It just makes you think that it's not by accident. That's the thing.
I don't think it's by accident.
No.
I think if you move on to the last slide, just to prove a point that we do see these numbers again in the old world. I have shown this slide before.
Oh, here we are. Oh, we're back in the Levant. Right, where do we start here? Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sites highlighted. Where would be the starting point? Do we go back? Do we say Göbekli Tepe is the oldest?
I would argue that we don't know how old everything is at Giza. I think Giza's been built over with more modern monuments, but I think maybe Göbekli Tepe and Giza are probably a similar age.
Right.
Ziggurat of Ur, I don't know if there's anything underneath the Ziggurat of Ur, but I would argue there was something there placed at the same time as Göbekli Tepe, Giza, and Thebes or Karnak. I think these were all built all the original sites were all built at the same time. They've all been built over, apart from Göbekli Tepe. That's the only one that hasn't been built over.
What's interesting to me, just before we even get into the numbers and the angles of the dangles, if we just look at the 4 sites, we've got Göbekli Tepe, Giza, Karnak, and Ur. The one that doesn't have any cultural significance is Göbekli Tepe. I mean, Ur is the home of Abraham, Ur of the Chaldees, the Chaldeans. He's the father of the Abrahamic religions, for fuck's sake. The shit show that's happening since last week in that country there on the coast of the Mediterranean, it all goes back to Ur. That's where he's from. So there's a massive cultural significance there. Same goes for Giza and Thebes, because Egypt is seen as like the home of civilization. But Göbekli Tepe, we have no sort of cultural echo.
Maybe it's to come. It's a future one.
Yeah, no cultural echo so far, but I think that might change in the future.
Why are the Anunnaki coming back?
I wouldn't say that. I think this is all the work of Stone Age people. I'm not part of the ancient aliens movement or really high advanced technology. I think there was high knowledge in the distant past that's been lost. I think civilization has sort of tamed us into this obedient species that no longer thinks like this anymore. We're here to serve. We're not here to be independent.
With you 100%. So run us through some of these relationships. Just thinking of the people who are just going to be on audio only, who can't see this slide. Could you just describe what we're looking at here?
Sure. So we saw the 1080 kilometers between the two most sacred sites in Mesoamerica, which we have Teotihuacan and we had Chichen Itza, and the two serpent temples that are linked to each other at 1080 kilometers. And like I said, I think there's like a proto-Giza before what we see now that was probably built at the same time as Göbekli Tepe, and they're separated by 1080 kilometers. Same unit of measure, but it's this baseline number system.
Right.
And we see iterations of this again between the Ziggurat of Ur and Giza at 1440 kilometers, and the same distance again between Thebes and Karnak and the Great Ziggurat of Ur. And they're formed by an isosceles, which can be bisected into two right-angle triangles, and we have one right-angle triangle linking Göbekli Tepe to the Ziggurat of Ur and Giza. But this was really just to emphasize we're seeing the same number system on both sides of the Atlantic.
Yeah, 496 doesn't strike me immediately as a harmonic number. What do those digits add up to? 19. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's that particular distance I don't think is particularly important. I just put that there for reference. It's the two distances between Ur and Giza and Karnak are the ones that I'm most concerned with. I probably should have measured the bisection line as well. I've not done that yet.
Oh, I was just because I was wondering what would be there at that point where you can make those two right-angled triangles. Have you had a chance to look there on Google Maps?
I couldn't find anything there, but my hunch is that all of these sites were originally built with very basic materials, and they've now been built in stone over the last 5,000 years. So I think there's probably places like Avebury were probably built from wood tens of thousands of years ago. Right. They've been since upgraded over the last 5,000 years. So finding anything there might be unlikely. You'd have to look under the sand, maybe for post holes dug into the bedrock. I think that's what would have to happen.
Yeah. Because you've got to wonder when people start building things out of granite and limestone, is what's the motivation for going to all that trouble? It's to make it last, isn't it?
Exactly. I think it's to survive the ages, and perhaps if you look at Stone Age Europe, for example, civilization had already started to take off in the Middle East while Britain was still a bunch of hunter-gatherers. And there were, the genetic evidence is showing that there were probably wars between hunter-gatherers and agricultural societies, and maybe the hunter-gatherers were trying to preserve some of this knowledge, possibly. I don't know. I'm just speculating now, but there must have been a reason to try and preserve this knowledge as the world was starting to change at that time, as we were turning into civilized, obedient people.
It reminds me of the episodes we did with Chris. Oh my gosh, the comic book guy.
Tolsworthy.
Chris Tolworthy, where he's talking about the sort of the advent of agriculture and then property and all the rest of it, this sort of slope that we went down.
Mm.
It's I'm kind of with you on your philosophy of how we live now compared to how we lived before the time of Ur.
Yeah, I think there's a golden age spoken about in most ancient cultures of when people were free.
Yeah, Yeah. What's the upside, though? There's upside. You know, I would rather have dentistry in 2023 than in 10,000 BC. No?
Well, there's definitely an upside, as in, you know, more than 50% of kids make it to adulthood now, and
yeah,
certainly less than 50% of women are dying in childbirth. So there's definitely upsides to it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's no good being free if you're going to die.
yeah. But that's the thing, isn't it? There's always a trade-off somewhere. What do you value more, liberty or safety? And there's definitely a grey area in there somewhere.
It's like John Stuart Mill, isn't it? On liberty. Have you read that one, Matt?
I don't think I have. I've heard quotes from various YouTube channels from that, but I've not read that.
It's a quick one. You read it in a couple of days, a couple of nights, but it's good. It's
just a few thousand pages. Then.
No, it's like 100 pages.
Oh,
like one of these formative treatises on liberty and the role of the state and whatnot.
A mere pamphlet.
John Stuart Mill. It's like War is a Racket by Smedley Butler.
By David Bowie.
Which is more relevant today than probably the day it was written. But this is fantastic, Matt. I'm liking where you're going with this.
Yeah.
I want to see more triangles.
In the comments, Lee at the Big Conspire has just looked on Wikipedia, and apparently 496 is a perfect number, whatever that is. So that's maybe that's got something to do with that 496 measurement between Giza and Thebes.
Does that mean it's not divisible? Say that.
A perfect number, so it's not irrational.
496 can be divided, can't it, by 2? Wouldn't it? That'd be 248. Yeah, 48. And then you divide it again. So does that mean you can always divide it by 2?
Maybe. So maybe there is something in that number. But yeah,
anyway, I won't take up any more of your time on episode 300. I thought I'd just share this with you guys.
Cheers, man. That's nice.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, Matt. Nice to hear from you. Thanks for your continued support and your wicked research, more importantly.
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
Yeah. How's
Cheers, guys.
You were working on a book, weren't you, last time we spoke?
Yeah, that's been delayed. I've got too many contracts on at the moment, so...
It's a nice problem.
I'm busy. I'm a busy person right now.
Well, you need to let us know when you get back on it.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us, Matt. Nice to hear from you.
Right, cheers, guys. Good luck with the rest of the show. Hopefully, you get a few more calls in.
Yeah,
we will, won't we?
I think the phone is broken.
The phone.
Someone please try the phone.
The phone is literally ringing off the hook. It's broken.
Right, Matt. Nice to hear from you, Matt.
Yeah.
Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Block him. Wow.
That's good. Some wild angles in the dangles there.
I know.
I love this shit. It's like, how many coincidences can you write off is the thing, you know?
How many coincidences does it take to not make a coincidence?
To change a light bulb?
216,000, I think.
496 coincidences.
I wonder if you could get more triangles across the whole globe. That must be what Matt's thinking now. How many more triangles?
It's already gone from Avebury to North America.
Yeah, but go the other way.
A quarter of the way. I don't know.
I don't know, Ben.
I don't know.
I kind of don't really know what he's saying most of the time.
It looks good though, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
3 minutes of... I go home and tell my wife about 3 minutes of Ark and how we went to the Stone Circle in Avebury, and that's... what did he say? 1,080 stadia away. Was that right? 10,800 stadia away.
Yeah.
And like a stadia is like a unit of measure from like the ancient world.
So knowledgeable.
I know, yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Cool.
Oh, yeah. We always like a bit of Matthew Chin, don't we?
We do. Yeah, he's a good guy. And happy birthday.
Hugh Janus.
Hugh Janus. So we were talking about Steve Martin before. I wanted to ask whether you watched.
Oh
my god.
Oh my god.
What is this? Someone's going.
How do we answer
Push
it?
that.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Whoa. Hang on.
We got some technical difficulties, Phil.
Say again, caller.
Oh, he was so close to getting the caller.
Yeah, you got to Bluetooth. Oh, you done it? Yeah, it's coming through, but it's very choppy.
You have to speak right into the microphone, caller, and your phone. Like, hold it up to your face.
Yeah, it's happening, but it's choppy.
It's choppy.
cutting out.
That's the internet for you.
It's choppy and sounds
found out who it is?
distorted.
No, we're going to have to end the call, caller. I'm really sorry, but I think the line will ring you. I think he's in we're going to ring him.
This is
Fuck
weird, isn't it? It's call out.
Oh, no.
No, it's very choppy. I don't... Just about. It's just...
Can you tell what they're saying?
I can't. I think you're saying, "Can you hear me?" And the answer is,
and I heard,
very much. Is it Andrew Shack?
Can you do a burp?
Yeah.
No,
not through the mic.
Not through the old headphones, the headphone arenas.
Hello. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's coming through. The volume's there, but it's cutting by every other
phoneme.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Every syllable.
Yeah.
Give us a 10 count.
10.
Hello,
testing.
Testing, but it's...
There we go. I can hear you breathing.
It clicks out at every syllable.
No, I think that's
staccato.
I think it's on his end.
Colour, Skype has been working excellently. Doesn't have Skype.
Oh well. Should we just try and talk to you like this then?
We could try. If you form your words, you can hear us perfectly, but you are cutting out in our channel.
Yeah, we can't really hear you. Oh god, something about Eastern Europe.
I don't think so. Yeah, but are you speaking through a...
He's going to hang up.
Okay.
He's going to hang up.
It's Sam, because he dropped his phone in a toilet.
It could have been.
Bye.
No, it was choppy, and it sounded like you were speaking through some kind of anonymized...
Yeah, it was just like one of those things from the films, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We have 5 minutes to...
Oh, the Saw guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chop your own dick off.
If you're on the chat, caller, please tell us who you are. Well, that's a
Maybe-
shame that that's not where, but hey,
No.
first time we've done it in 6 years, so...
Yeah, so, it was obviously, the first time we do anything, there's going to be teething problems, isn't there?
There is. So, Steve Martin, I was going to ask you whether you watched or have watched or started watching.
Not only Murders
Have
in
you
the
not?
No.
I quite enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy the first few episodes. I thought this is weird.
Right.
I got into it now.
You need to wash your brain out.
With what?
Some esoteric knowledge.
No. I enjoyed it. It's good.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I did.
Did
That's
you-
correct. Your assumption would be correct.
You're ramming in all that bilge to
a
fill up that hole in your heart where your soul should be.
I watched a film called Founder as well, which has
I heard of that one.
Batman in it.
Oh, The Founder.
Sorry, The Founder.
There's a word missing there.
Yeah, about McDonald's.
Yeah, that's a good film.
It is. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was good.
I enjoyed that, yeah. 6 years ago. I think that was a 2017 film.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah.
Sacred number.
I enjoyed that film, yeah, it was good. Michael Keaton's good value as an actor.
He is. I liked him in Birdman.
Birdman.
Bloody hell.
Oh,
the Birdman.
It's someone else. No, this is Phil.
It's Phil's issue. Oh, that is Phil. Hello. Yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
Is that Phil trying?
I think that's his number. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's completely dire.
Yeah. You've ruined it, Phil. You've ruined 300.
A real shame. Yeah, even the ringtone is choppy, so it's nothing to do with the other side. And if that was Phil testing, his voice also sounded anonymized. So it's a weird quirk of modern technology that they probably didn't have to worry about in the times of Beckley or Teppy.
I'm sure last time we did it, we used a hardwire, didn't we?
A dialing phone, yeah.
And it worked all right with the hardwire rather than Bluetooth. I think it's the Bluetooth signal.
Yeah, it's
I think it's the Roadcaster.
Oh.
Blame the Roadcaster.
Yeah,
Swedes.
the Bluetooth channel on the original Roadcaster was terrible.
Right, okay, and this one's...
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hardwire it.
Oh.
See if
can we call the other person back then?
You've got a jack in your phone.
All phones have jack, apart from stupid Apples.
Mine doesn't.
Stupid Apple.
I don't know if it'll work. But we'll try again. If you want to call in, we'll hardwire it in.
Should we call him back?
That guy, that saw guy, can you call back, please? Saw guy.
Give him voice change again.
You can call them back.
I don't think we should do that unsolicited, should we?
Yeah.
We've already done it once.
Is it that
just
number
returning
there?
the call. Yeah.
Oh, we've got a number.
That's the one.
Happy
That's
days.
it, doing it now.
Hello, caller.
Hello. Oh, come on.
Come on, dude.
It's the same.
Is that what it was like before? Can you hear us there?
It's exactly the same.
He can hit, yeah.
I'm really sorry, guy.
Sorry.
Whoa, what's going on now?
I just turned Bluetooth off. That was sorry. He was
find value in this podcast.
He was that wasn't through the jack. He was still coming through the Bluetooth channel.
Oh,
so it might still work.
Oh, maybe.
I thought I could hear someone laughing in the background.
Yeah, I could.
So I think the voice
Really
changing.
clear?
Yeah,
I can see.
No, there was someone laughing.
There was someone laughing.
So I think the voice
through the jack.
No,
Oh, hello.
it's him.
It's Hog Down Munch.
Is it Hog Down Munch? Who's trying
Is
to
he winding
prank
us up? Is it because I could hear a lady laughing in the background perfectly fine, and then there was the saw voice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was coming through two channels then. The interference was, the Bluetooth channel was still active after I'd hardwired it. So maybe it'll work next time.
We're going to do it.
It was...
Oh, fuck. Got an incoming call. Maybe we should just stick with Skype from now on, because it seems to work. Hello, Dan.
Dan? Who the hell's Dan?
Hey.
It's your handle, man.
Hog Dan.
Munch.
No, I'm joking. Big up the Amish.
Thanks.
Big up yourself.
You're so amazing.
Absolutely. In your way.
It's most of the show, lads. My brother, who never calls me, decided to call me tonight.
Who doesn't? Your brother?
Yeah, he never calls me. He don't. I love him a bit. He's a pain in the ass. And he called me tonight, right after your show starts. I've missed everything, so I've got no idea what's happened. So I have to watch it.
Nothing's happened, really.
Yeah, we're not Aggie ants either.
What's your favourite film from 1986?
From 1986?
Yes.
Yeah, do you want us to read out a list?
I'm not very good at knowing what films come out what years. What sort of films are out in 86 then?
I'll
Top
tell
Gun?
you. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Top Gun.
Hey,
I loved that film until I watched it the other day with my missus, because we watched Maverick, yeah? And no word of a lie, the fucking love scene, yeah? Excuse me, French. Tom Cruise sticks his tongue in a gob, right? I never noticed it. All the time I watched that film, loved that film, 80s action cheese, yeah?
Right.
The homoerotic volleyball scene, all that bollocks as well, you know? It's all good stuff, all
lovely.
80s, all cheese.
Mm.
And yeah, that tongue, mate, that's just put that film out for life now. I can't watch that fucking film.
Oh, like the sex scene when he rides away on his motorbike afterwards.
Early
morning.
No.
That's the one.
No.
Yeah, there is a bit that you've just given me a flashback to my childhood and watching them tongue each other.
Oh, man, tongue bit sucks ass, man. I'm
Yeah.
watching that.
Are you not thinking of Aliens?
Oh, it's Aliens 86.
It is?
Yes.
Holy shit, man. I love that film.
Holy shit
What a
balls.
Get
Love
away. Get away from her, you bitch.
Yeah, what a film, mate.
It is.
Quality.
It's my
The
favourite movie of 86.
The cinematography, I mean, some of it looks a little bit dated now, but for the time, absolutely phenomenal bit of fucking cinema, that.
Well, it stands up. Like, you can tell a classic film because you can watch it 30 years later and it still stands
Feels
up.
good, yeah.
Damn right.
Such
Love
as another 1986 film you might be aware of, Highlander.
Oh, come on, man. McLeod! Can't think, mate. My wife thought it's cheese. I love it. I think it's fucking brilliant, man.
It's a great film. And it's just fun. It's fun. It's 90 minutes.
It's got Sean Connery pretending to be
Swords,
Spanish.
lightning.
It'll be Spanish with that accent. Yeah, get real. Ramirez. Yeah, whatever.
There can be only one.
And he's supposed to be Scottish.
Yeah. How old are you, Hogdan?
Oh, too fucking old, man. 46 now.
46, right. So I think you're the same age as my brother. Were you a fan of Transformers when you were a kid?
Yes, I was. Optimus Prime. And I still remember buying my Optimus Prime from Argos and feeling all chuffed about it and fucking all the rest of it. You know what? I've watched the cartoon back now. What a pile of shit.
Which cartoon? You mean the cartoon series?
Yeah, it's crap, man. I loved it as a kid. I watched it back now. It's total shit. He-Man, that's quality. But Transformers, fuck that. Useless.
It was all about selling toys. What's your view of Transformers the movie?
What, the original cartoon one?
The one from 1986, yeah.
Oh, it's again. When I watched it at the time, because as a kid, it's all like you watch it, but now it is shit.
I mean, it's got a banging soundtrack.
Oh no, I can't doubt the sound. Yeah, I'll give it that. The soundtrack is good. The theme music's good. That's all quality. But
Orson Welles, Leonard Nimoy.
Shooting, man. No one could hit anything.
Well,
yeah, it's just like.
Yeah. Yeah, it got panned when it came out because they killed off all the kids were crying coming out of the movie theaters because they killed Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
You just don't do it, do you? You know what I mean?
Don't kill the golden goose. What about another 1986 film you might like? Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes, mate. Now you're talking. I'll tell you what, Kim Cattrall in that film.
Yeah, the girl with the green eyes.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Gracie, I think her name was.
Hot as fuck.
Brilliant film, mate. Brilliant. Love it again. Again, cult classic.
Yeah. It's all in the reflexes.
Yeah. Oh, what is he called? Jack something, isn't it? Jack. I can't remember his fucking name. It's Jack something.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
What about They Live? Is They Live 86?
No, it's not. No.
Oh, man.
Frank.
How do you know? This is an exhaustive list.
Because I picked the highlights. I have a list of like 20 films which were the highlights of 1986. Right. And if They Live was on there, it would be on my list.
Right,
okay. You know.
Anyone's list, man, for any year, I think.
You know, we've got, what more do you want? Crocodile Dundee, Flight of the Navigator, Labyrinth, Little Shop of Horrors, Platoon, Short Circuit. Have we not got enough?
That cheesy tune, I love that. Bit where he's hiding inside the fucking robot shit to try and escape. That bit.
Yeah, it's quality.
Flight Navigator, I love that. Compliance. Yeah. Or the Golden Child, man. Want the knife?
Yeah, you fucking nailed it. You're a child of the 80s like us.
They Live was...
I want the knife. You're breaking my heart, asswipe. No, I love it, man.
Asswipe?
That's the fucking... God. You're breaking my heart. Get that soundbite in there.
That's one thing about these. They're so quotable, these movies, you know. It just doesn't happen anymore.
No.
You know, there's the odd one, like the Avengers film. There's the old Tony Stark.
Yeah, the Tony Stark quote. Like,
not a great plan.
Not a great plan.
Not a great plan.
As well, man. I like that. Fuck me, that sounds well like him.
Hey, come on. What am I known for in the world of podcasting?
Repulsors.
The accents, man. Fucking hell. Yeah. So, Hogdan, what made you ring in tonight?
Well, I love the show. I just
Yeah.
want to call up, man. I love it all. It's great.
There's nothing on your mind in particular that you wanted to get off your chest?
Any problems in your relationship?
Trying to flag some chi.
Yeah, well, one thing I'd like to share, actually, that
Oh,
probably people already know about is grounding.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind talking about that. My mum, right, she's got cancer at the minute. She's got all kinds of arthritic problems and all sorts.
Yeah.
And she's totally schwabbed up, man. She just don't fucking... She ain't jabbed, thank God. But she ain't had the Britney concert. But she's proper schwabbed, man. Like, you watch the news. I know it's real. I saw it in the news. Like, Mum, they're actors, for fuck's sake. Look at this bullshit. And I show it to her and break it down and show her what a load of bollocks it is. Still won't have it. You know, she's totally, like, indoctrinated. Or the NHS send her a letter. Fucking death cult. She thinks she's got to do something. Like, no. Fuck that. Return to sender. Fuck off. Not knowing this address. Bollocks. Stick up your ass. That's it. You know what I mean? But she's like that. But God bless her, right? Her ankle was swollen to shit. We took her out over the park and that. She couldn't even walk properly. Got her put her foot down the ground. I'm not kidding, man. She was walking around everything afterwards. It was so good.
With
and
what?
like round our way, down south, you probably guessed, like East London way. And the planes have actually laid off for a couple of days. We actually saw a sky that almost looked blue. Proper blue. I was out in the morning, top off in the sun, doing my Wim Hof stuff. It's only about 9 degrees.
Yeah.
And I top off, and if everyone in their winter coats, I'm a nut job, which I am. Sitting down the park bench, grounding with my boy and my missus. And then my mum took her out and got her to ground, and it was just a wonderful day. I'm saying earthing, guys. It's free. It fucking works. That's what I'm going to say.
So,
If you want to like Ben, get your feet on the ground.
I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong. When you say earthing or grounding, you mean actually just getting your skin on real ground rather than concrete or plastic or something else?
Just got to get your feet on the ground. They don't have to be bare feet. If you've got socks on, that's fine. If you've got leather-soled shoes, because the sweat will go through the sock into the leather. Yeah, the salt and the sweat is conductive. Concrete, ground, grass. If you don't want to get your feet dirty, put a cloth down. Put your feet on it.
Right.
Literally. And it's cumulative as well. You don't have to do it all in one go. You can do like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It builds up in the system.
We can do grounding cloths on the Amish Inquisition.
Oh, yes, we could.
So
loot chest.
like a tea towel?
A tea towel, a grounding cloth that your sweat can soak through, and then you can ground
We could
to the earth.
pre-soak them.
So you can ground yourself without getting your feet dirty.
Yeah.
Right.
With the
You
bacon
could put, like,
nuts.
Or Trudeau's face in it or something. Or ass wiping cloth as well, to come with it as an accessory.
Schwab cloth.
I've heard about something to do with like bed linen and grounding. Have you come across these?
What, sorry?
Like some sort of bed linen, like a bed sheet or a duvet cover or something that's involved in grounding.
Literally, you can. I don't know how healthy it is, but you can plug stuff into the earth pin on your mains.
That's what I'm getting at, yeah.
Not a screwdriver.
This dude, right? He literally, I think it's the guy I first saw. He's been doing videos on YouTube about it. He had all the aches and pains. He took it to UCLA and they've done studies on it.
Right.
And he literally got that foil tape that's cheap as fuck at your DIY store, and just taped a lattice on his mattress, so just like crisscross on his mattress. Got a copper wire and a nail, and run it out his window down the ground.
Oh, right, yeah. You
cut. Oil.
So you can use like an earth rod, and have a wired connection from your mattress to earth, or I'm guessing the ones I've seen online, you actually plug them in, so it uses the earth pin on your socket and gets an earth connection to ground that way.
Yeah, my brother told me something quite interesting tonight. He's very EMF sensitive.
Right.
And it doesn't work as well in his house on the earth pin when he's got his Wi-Fi router on or anything like that.
Okay.
in the house. Some affects. I don't know. He's really sensitive to EMF. He's a bit of a nut job. I love him a bit, but he was telling me, truly, I trust him on this, that having Wi-Fi and gadgets in the house is affecting the earth and the wiring in the house a bit. So he reckons running it straight into the ground is better, but it still works on the earth pin in your house. Or maybe it's just got bad wiring.
That's just what I was going to say. So you can do an earth continuity test from your sockets. And often, especially old houses, you won't have a good earth at any of your socket outlets. So it would make it, less effective. Rather than having actually a wire going out the window to an earth rod in the ground, which, is kind of foolproof. So
multimeters are cheap as chips as well, aren't they? And there's plenty of videos showing how to use them.
What's that?
To do a continuity test. The multimeters that you can buy to do continuity testing. They're cheap as chips, really.
Yeah, you can't really do a continuity test that way between a socket, and you need something that would do an earth loop impedance test, really.
Impedance?
Yeah, an earth loop impedance test. Something that you can just plug in to a socket.
Not a continuity meter, sorry.
Well, it's the same thing. So, you can get little multimeters from CPC for a tenner, and you get 2 prongs, and you can test continuity between 2 points, but only as long as the length of your wires, which are normally about this long. So you can't plug one into your socket and then one down under the stairs.
Have you? How well did you earth my house then when you rewired it?
Perfectly.
Did you?
Obviously, yeah.
Where does it earth then? My house.
Well, it depends on what kind of system you have coming into your house. Maybe you have an
electric system.
Yeah, but there's different earthing.
Outside Castle Grayskull. That's how good.
You have different earthing arrangements coming into your house. Different systems. Some people have a TNS system or a TNCS system or a TT system.
Have you not got it written down somewhere? What mine is?
It's old. It'll be a TNS.
TNS, yeah.
In the logs.
Yeah.
So your earth wire is sort of welded to the sheath of the armoured cable that comes up into your house.
Ooh,
so it's a pretty good earth connection.
Pretty good.
But we've sort of diverged here.
You're listening to Spark Chats on the Amish Inquisition.
Sparky Ninja. So, it was nice to hear from you, Hogdan Munch. And
cheers for calling in.
I'm going to look into this earthing. I think it's something that we need to.
Sharing it. I don't know why you guys ain't getting more views. You're brilliant. Love it.
Aw, mate. Cheers.
Talk to the Al Gore. Talk to Al Gore and his YouTube minions, man.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. Tell us
everyone in the chat as well, man.
Yeah.
Big Sam, Helen.
Yes.
Matthew.
Yes.
Who else we got there? Loads in there tonight, probably. I'm trying to figure what's in there. Ligger.
Yeah. Yes.
Emma Bridges.
Cheech McDuck.
Oh, Cheech. Yeah. Love Cheech. Love a bit of Cheech.
I've seen that one.
Jake. I think Jake's in the house. Memetic Master.
Yep.
He's tonight as well. Big up, Jake. And I'll go leave the line alone. Let someone else have a chat now, because I'll just go on all night and drive you mental.
Yeah,
but,
I think that's for the best.
Thanks for ringing in, Hogdan.
Yeah.
And we'll see you probably on the next Rise Above chat or Sheep Farm chat, probably.
Yeah.
No worries.
All right.
Take care.
Have a good one.
man.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, God.
Good.
I thought you ended the stream.
So earthing, something we don't hear about. Oh, sorry, you're going straight back into 80s movies.
Yeah, so anyway, no earthing. Yeah, you're right. It's I think I might get some soil between my toes.
Get some filth. So, does it work if you use your hands? Oh, he's gone now.
Yeah, handstands will work. It's just any physical contact with the ground.
Well, I was gardening today.
Good. That's a good way of earthing.
So
definitely.
I had my hands in the earth.
How do you feel once you've been gardening for half an hour or so?
Well, I've stung all my arm.
Yep.
So that's a bit sore.
Right.
And then because I was using secateurs, I was like, after a bit, it was like
RSSI.
I started getting this funny pain in my turtle finger. And what it was when I was pressing them together like that, I was just catching it very, very slightly, the end.
Right.
You're nipping the
and
end
it was
of your
like
finger.
Chinese water torture.
Oh, was it? Was it really?
Yeah, but in my finger. My turtle finger.
Wow. How did you survive?
Barely. So I just rearranged my grip so it was no longer smacking.
Oh, we could all hold hands and only one of us has to touch the earth.
Oh. Or a baby. He said hold a baby to the earth.
That sounds horrible.
This sounds like ball worshipping. Some ball cult.
Ball.
Oh,
You
God.
put your balls on the earth.
Ooh. I don't know if I want to ground through
Gotta
my
earth your
scrotum.
balls, man.
Grinding.
So why have we got to earth?
Because this is how we evolved.
Oh, to touch
But
the
over
earth.
the last 100 years, we don't touch the earth.
Don't touch it.
We
It's
touch
dirty.
concrete.
It's dirty.
Tarmac, yeah.
Yep.
Dirty.
AstroTurfed gardens. AstroTurfed.
And, we wear these space shoes, these Nike Air Jordans and Converse All-Stars with all the plastic in between.
Some on clouds.
You don't touch the earth. You really get your hands in the earth, do you? Unless you do a bit of gardening here and there.
What about touching a pond? I do that quite often.
Is water a good conductor?
No,
of
Phil's
earth?
saying no.
Because you've probably got a plastic liner.
You have a plastic liner.
It's insulated.
But it's got filth in it. The soil.
Insulated filth.
Okay. So we're not
Haven't they
having that.
modified this? Isn't that wireless yet?
Wireless filth?
Whatever you're getting from the earth.
Isn't that something to do with 5G?
Probably.
Yeah.
6G.
6G?
6G.
Okay.
So I figured out that I think, was it Helen trying to call earlier? Because she's saying she's just downloaded Skype in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Everyone calling her a man.
Well, guy.
We
Hey, guy.
assume their gender.
Guy.
Again.
No one cares about that. No one cares about that these days. Assuming genders.
Who was laughing?
God.
Someone's laughing. In
Oh,
the
not
background.
even Rishi Sunak cares
No.
anymore.
Why? What's he done now?
Trying to win some votes.
What's Slumdog done now?
Did you not see that was in the Tory party conference?
Oh, at the end. I didn't watch his closing speech. What happened?
I can't remember. It was something.
Don't care about men or women.
Yeah. Basically, that's what
Just
he said.
excel bullies. Ban them. Ban them. Oh gosh, we've got another call on Skype. Hello, line 1. You through to the Amish Inquisition.
Hello, caller. You're.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Hello.
It's Helen.
Oh gosh. Hello, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
Hello. That was me trying to call in. You said I sounded like a dude.
You did
You did sound like a
dude,
man.
like a gimpy dude.
You sound
No, it was
slightly
me.
less like a man now.
Okay, cool.
Slightly less.
Yeah.
Matthew, don't insult our callers.
He's tired. He's
Wait
tired.
until they've hung up.
I don't actually feel that tired. I don't-
How are you, Helen? Thanks for calling in.
Hi.
Are you
How
watching?
you doing?
We're good. Are you watching yourself on YouTube now?
I've got you on the TV, yeah, in the other room.
Okay. Have you come into the different room or have you turned your radio down?
I've come into a different room.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it. That's the way you do it.
Have you come into the boudoir?
I'm in the kitchen.
Oh, right. Okay.
Best room in the house.
What you making? Are you making out?
So I've got a question for you all.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, hey.
Oh. So you all grew up with each other, right?
No.
Well, yes.
Kind of. What is the funniest memory that you've each got of each other from when you were kids?
Christ. I can't remember last week, let alone last.
I can
28
remember
years.
Ben. One of my earliest memories of Ben, I think was in. No, can't have been college because that's not one of the earliest memories. But I've got a memory of Ben playing with some kind of. He had short hair. Ben
Yeah,
had
that's
short
horrible.
hair for a time and
no beard.
And no beard. Because he's
Wow.
and it was you were playing with a personal organizer or something.
Oh, was it a Scion 3A?
I don't know.
Like early.
I think it had a wand.
Yeah, I remember it.
I think it had a stylus.
Yeah.
And you were playing with that somewhere in a hall by yourself.
I was probably just trying to turn
In
it
a
on.
hallway. Not like a hall. A hallway.
I was a weird kid.
I mean, probably my funniest memory of Phil is when we went to Newquay.
He set his legs on fire.
Oh, fuck. So we went.
You know, we're telling this story now.
So there's a famous beach, isn't there? Like a big cove beach. I don't know. So we went there.
In Newquay.
Yeah, Newquay. Yeah.
Were we 17?
It's Fistral Beach, isn't it?
Possibly. I don't know.
This was it a college trip?
Well, we were about 16, 17, I think. Yeah.
And we'd
you got the Headlands Hotel up there.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
no.
the one on the cliff. But we stopped at Matt's Surf Shack.
Yeah, and it was like 6 of us in a room.
Yeah,
someone was on the floor on a mattress.
Panhead.
Yeah, so we went down to this beach anyway, and it was overcast. We thought, oh fuck this, we don't need, sun cream.
This was the first day, wasn't it?
Yeah, first day, and we all got horrifically burned. Phil got it's like 3rd-degree burns on the backs of his legs, and was it your back as well?
No, just the backs of my legs.
Just the backs of his legs.
I had a towel over my top half, otherwise I would have died.
And my shoulders got pretty badly burned. But they
fell asleep, pissed on the beach.
Yeah,
is
drank.
What happened.
And you had blisters. I don't know. Some of them were like an inch across on the backs of his legs. So me and him stayed in the room, and we'd brought some medicine with us, so we were fine, weren't we?
It was about half an ounce, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember I couldn't actually get out of bed because I was that horrifically burnt. So I used to piss in empty beer bottles. And basically the windowsill was just full of
urine.
Bottles of Beck's filled with my piss.
Yeah.
And then how did we get it? And so we listened to a lot of Soundgarden. I'm doing your story here, man.
I know. Well,
have you forgotten all the details or what?
You keep putting in, yeah. And we did. So we didn't put any tobacco in the thing, and then we, and then I remember listening to a lot of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication as well.
Oh no, it's before that. I think it was Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I think.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, and then we went to a foam party.
Basically, I was like Jesus Christ. On the 3rd day, I was born again.
He rose again, yeah.
I rose again. And what happened?
We went to a foam party and all of our skin fell off at the foam party. Basically, someone ripped my shoulders off and I think Phil's legs off, basically. So there's like pieces of us in a foam party somewhere in Cornwall, in Newquay. So if you're ever down there, you could probably just swab the decks, and you could grow a Phil.
God, it's such a not funny story. It's
people
horrific.
were laughing.
Yeah, the request was for funny stories,
yeah,
isn't it?
Horrific.
I mean, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Okay.
I don't think you've ever done anything funny.
No, I'm too straight-laced.
No, I can't think of anything.
I remember the time when in high school when Dawn Crook put chewing gum in your hair.
That wasn't me.
And you came to school the next day with just a cube shaved out of your hair on your head.
I'm so boring. You've had to steal someone's story.
Oh, cube head.
Cube head. My main memories from our friendship at school is just you being really shit at football.
I was really bad. And those memories have been updated since...
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we started playing football, Helen. Me and Matt started playing football every week, haven't we?
Yeah, we smashed our lads.
Smashing these 7 and 8-year-olds to bits. Aren't we?
It's fucking wicked. I feel proper good at football.
It's like being Pele, isn't it? It's like I'm CR7. Cristiano Ronaldo. Smashing him in from the halfway line and watching the 8-year-olds cry.
Your eye wasn't in though this weekend. Your volleys were way off.
It's because I'm trying to set the net on fire rather than just score. It's flair. I'm just going for flair all the way.
Yeah, but it wasn't. There was no flair this weekend from you.
No.
So we have to walk, don't we? We do walking football.
Oh, that's what we need to do, Ben. We need to do walking football.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
I've heard it's pretty brutal.
Yeah. Well, you've heard it, not me.
Walking football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so...
What are you doing, Helen? Sorry, we're rabbiting on and we're not conscious of the fact
I'm all right. I'm good.
What's when did you start listening? Just out of curiosity. Do you remember?
Last week, wasn't it?
Last week.
No, I'm trying to think. You were probably on, I don't know, like around your maybe 30th or 40th episode.
Wow, that is early.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
You're one of them.
The 10th degree.
The journey. We
Yeah.
tried to come up in
And then I had to go back and do a quick re-listen of, like, I had to go back and listen to the ones I've missed.
Oh God!
Wow, I didn't realise. I thought you'd probably found us on when we started doing YouTube. Maybe you'd found us from the Occult Rejects or something when we did.
No,
because
podcasts. I don't use YouTube that much.
No, you're purely audio. Generally,
Yeah.
What else are you listening to at the moment? What's sort of in your podcast rotation at the moment?
I listen to Gareth Icke and Richard Willett on the WhatsApp.
What the actual fuck?
What the actual fuck?
Right.
What else have I got? Obviously, Charlie Robinson, Richie Allen. God, I'm trying to think. Oh, a load of true crime podcasts.
Oh, yeah, true crimer.
See, I told you
Yeah.
we should have done true crime.
Well,
Last podcast on the left. I've listened to them for a few
I
years.
listened to them. But, I mean, I've heard them.
I've heard of that one too.
What, last podcast?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're a big one. They've been going for just over 10 years, I think.
Wow. Early in. Like Grimerica.
Yeah.
Do you not listen to Grimerica, Helen?
Occasionally.
Yeah. They have a lot of good guests, sort of in the same realm that you'd probably like.
Yeah, I found myself realizing that 99% of all the podcasts I listened to were American.
Right.
And I kind of cut back on the American podcasts and I tried to listen to more British ones.
I was saying this to Mark Steves the other week. Was it like? Oh, I should have said. I meant to say tonight. The My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast. I was on there last week. It's out now. I talk about my UAP experience. But I was talking to Mark the other week that we're consciously trying to get English guests or British UK guests because for this reason, because when you start going down these sorts of rabbit holes, you start listening to Grimerica, and you probably come across Tinfoil Hat and Macroaggressions and all the rest. They're all Americans. It's rare you hear an English accent or a British accent, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, they're really good podcasts, but they're very America centric.
Exactly.
And there's not many that are sort of talk about the UK and Europe.
Yeah. You sound like you could do with some sheep farm in your life, Helen.
I know. I should do, shouldn't I? I haven't yet.
You should. It's a good laugh. It's a good laugh.
Yeah.
So what are you up to next week, Helen?
Working.
Isn't it something to do with electroplating? Is that what you do?
Kind of. Anodizing.
Adonizing.
Anodizing.
What the fuck's that?
It's a bit like plating.
Right.
It's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of so aluminium will oxidize if you don't treat the outside of it, like the surface of it. So what anodizing does is it's like a controlled oxidization of the outside, the outside of the aluminium, and it stops it from tarnishing.
Like gold. So gold doesn't tarnish, does it?
No.
Do you work for the Anunnaki, Helen?
Is that not like what Core 10 steel does?
What?
Is there not something called Core 10 steel? And then you see all these bridges that are made, and they look like orangey brown.
Then you use zinc to do that, like galvanizing.
No, and then it basically rusts, but it doesn't rust anymore. It's just an outer layer of rust, and inside it's fine. Steel.
Maybe.
That's like a like we said, a controlled oxidization.
You're kind of like an alchemist, Helen.
Alchemist, yeah.
I know it is alchemy.
It's magic. You can get funky colours as well.
You take aluminium and you put it in heat and acid and a lot of electricity, and it changes. You can change the colour if you want the colour changed, but it also protects the outside.
Yeah, fancy motorbike parts.
Do you earth yourself then?
No.
Oh, you should do, shouldn't you?
I wear Crocs to work, so
Yeah, we've seen the Crocs.
They're definitely an insulator. Did you not hear our last caller, Helen Hogdan? We were talking about earthing.
Yeah.
Have you got any babies that need earthing?
Just
I-
rub them in the
that's what the holes are for in the Crocs, is to allow some of that, energy, the frequency to get through.
The stink.
Yeah.
The earth stink. You need to. Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to.
I get
your
my
stink.
human resonance through my shoes.
I'm gonna have a go. Seriously, I'm gonna have a go at this earthing.
Well, what
Next
have you
time we
done
go
to
to
your
the
back
park.
garden though?
Exactly. Yeah, I've ripped all the natural fibers, the soil. I've destroyed it all.
I bet you've put down one of those weed membranes everywhere as well.
Obviously, yeah, because I don't want weeds.
No.
No.
Did you not take your shoes off and walk barefoot around Avebury?
No, we didn't.
No, because
I
mainly
did.
because of the Force 10 gale.
I licked a stone.
I walked around barefoot.
And did you feel anything while you were doing it? Did you get some? Do you feel like you got some benefit from doing that?
Maybe.
So
I got bird shit on my feet. But...
What you needed was an Amish Inquisition official earthing mat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon to be available.
As long as you sweat on it.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Because
Right.
I've got 2 of your T-shirts now, and I've got a bacon nut sticker on my car.
There you go, you see?
Oh,
excellent.
What can we say? What a supporter.
Is it on the special car, Helen?
No, it's on her.
No,
Mini.
it's on my Mini.
That is a special car.
The new Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah, bacon nut.
Fucking hell. Are you retarded?
Half.
Yeah, they wouldn't have liked that in the film.
No.
No. Well, every credit. Thanks for supporting us for so long.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
With all your
You're welcome.
your good news stories and the element Christ, Helen was instrumental in setting up the element server for us.
Absolutely. Producer credits up the wazoo.
When Discord got new. So thank you for doing all that, Helen.
Yeah,
That's all right.
we met Helen IRL, didn't we?
In the flesh.
We did
Yeah.
in IRL.
And we seen the car as well, and it went up the
That's
hill on
exactly
when
what
it
it
was
was.
leaving. That was fun.
It was.
And then we got
Yeah.
to go in Ben's Tiguan.
Yeah. Shame.
You parked right next to me.
Yeah, on
No, we were
purpose.
quite nervous about that.
Yeah, because Ben nearly sideswiped your car.
That did not happen. That'll buff out.
They'll buff out.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to everyone that's in the chat, and if you're not in Element, join Element.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
like,
Good shout.
share, subscribe, leave a review, and toss a coin.
Hey, you can do the housekeeping next week, Helen.
Yeah, let's,
yeah.
you can
Got it
ring
all
in and
down.
do it.
Yeah.
We could just clip
I've
that.
heard it.
couldn't we,
I've
and
heard
play
it a few times.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Helen. Thanks for
No
calling
worries.
in.
Yes.
And we shall see you when we see you.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Get back to your anodizing.
All right.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Good. That's nice. Nice to hear from Helen.
Lovely. Lovely.
Been a while
Has
since
it?
we met up. Was it August? When did we go to Stonehenge?
It's around your birthday, isn't it?
No, it was like March time,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Was it that
was
long ago?
cold.
It's cold and windy.
We were supposed to go to and see old Meg or old Peg, or whatever she's called.
Old Craig.
Old Craig. In the Lake District in the summer. We said, oh, let's go and do this again. But in the summer
yeah.
when it's not howling winds.
It's one of those things you always say, oh, let's do this again when you're out having fun doing something. And you never, frequently you don't do it
Because
again.
we said we could do it in a day. Because it's like an hour and a half drive there. And we never went.
Right.
Old Peg's Finger.
Oh, up north.
It has some carvings on it, doesn't it?
Is it? Is it not just pictures on the internet?
Yeah, I did look at those.
That'll do.
Yeah. And there was no pubs near it, I don't think.
No pubs near it? No, I'm out.
No. Helen didn't sound like a twat, did she?
Absolutely not. No.
No, she sounded like, a fanny.
I seen a fan.
Yeah. A fan. An E-fan.
E-fan. Electro.
Well, she's crossed over into the real world, so she's no longer an E-fan.
No. That's it.
Yeah.
It's all ones and zeros, except Helen.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
So when you're shaving your beard off, then?
I'm not. I've had a trim. No, I don't think anyone would have noticed. I've cut maybe 4 inches off.
Really?
Yeah, it was down here. It was weighty.
Okay.
I can't eat sandwiches when it gets too much because I just suck everything in like a sarlacc pit. And it,
your beard?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
You ever just like combed it and seen what's in it?
Well, there's nothing in it.
You said there's a sarlacc pit in it.
Well, when I eat a sandwich and it's too big, I kind of suck all the hair in with the sandwich.
Oh, I see.
Like a
Comes up with
sarlacc
it.
pit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
When did Gene come out? The original? Not 86, I guess.
70s.
70s?
I'd say 79.
Tradies.
I don't know. Yeah, my missus got a text from her dad today, this morning. He's just flown back from Romania with his wife. His wife's Romanian.
Oh, right.
I've just got home from Romania. My car's at Luton Airport.
Is that your best Romanian accent?
It's fucking burnt out.
Burnt out? Oh, Luton. Oh, shit.
No one's watched the news, have you?
Oh, what's going on at Luton? Is there riots?
The entire car park was burnt out.
Yeah.
At the airport? Was
Yeah.
it? Really?
And his car was there.
No way.
Shit.
It's a fucking write-off. So they've had to hire a car for 5 days to drive home.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Yeah, it was a massive fire. It was definitely not an electric car.
That was my first thought.
Definitely not an electric car. No, they came out and said categorically it was a diesel car, which is the hardest engine fuel to catch fire. But it was definitely a diesel car that started it.
Oh, really, G?
Yeah, we all know it. These electric cars, once they catch fire, you're fucked. They can't put them out. Fire brigade can't put them out.
Yeah, if you're in a crash and the lithium's exposed,
Or if it gets
it's
wet.
a rough fire.
If it gets wet, it's fucked.
Don't drive in the rain.
Don't drive anywhere. 15 minutes it is. What have I got that? I should have that. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here he is, Schwab.
15 minutes hickey. 15 minutes hickey, stay close to home. 15 minutes hickey. 15 minutes hickey, or we'll send our drone.
Yeah, so yeah, his cars are right off. Never mind, eh? But yeah, I went on My Family Thinks I'm Crazy. I did my whole, in great detail, my UAP sighting from not last week, 2 weekends ago, 2 Saturdays ago. In this vicinity. I was sat on the back step when I saw my UAP. And we talked about
Was
it.
that from your back garden?
From the back step, yeah. It was, Mark thought it was hilarious because I said I was sat on the back step smoking a fag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's different slang, different
that means
lingo.
2 things.
Stretch out those creamy hamstrings. Smoking my fag, drinking a coffee. I saw E.T. Oh, it wasn't E.T. It was.
Did you say it was something like a biplane?
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's like a plane that drops a balloon or something.
Right.
A drone or something.
No, it was like almost like it was a black donut, a black ring.
Right. Okay.
I watched it for about 10 minutes. Came towards me from a prop plane. It could have been a Hercules, but I wasn't paying attention to it because it was way far in the distance. I was paying attention to this black thing that was near it.
Right.
So I can't confirm. But the weird thing is, like, that was the Saturday. I immediately messaged Mark to say, I'm coming on your podcast on Wednesday, and booked on his calendar. On the Tuesday, so 2 days after, I was at the butty shop in Ashton at Lane Ends, and a fucking Hercules went straight over my head at about 2,000 feet.
It's probably an Airbus A400M. But yeah, sorry.
It's a Hercules. It's 4 prop.
Really?
2 on each wing. Yeah.
They do fly over. There's been lots of planes flying over because of.
I did some research.
Flight tracker.
The RAF announced in June that they were discontinuing the Hercules contract.
Yeah.
So my thought was that they were sending them to Wharton to be salvaged.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh.
So I don't know. It's weird.
Cool
Can't
stuff.
Can't explain it. But
No.
it's there. Look up My Family Thinks I'm Crazy if you want to hear my ramblings about UAPs. We talked about all sorts. We talked about MH370 and a bit of inside baseball of podcasting. He's not even 30 yet, Mark.
No.
He's just turned 29.
Young whippersnapper.
I know. It's like, I wish I was into all this shit when I was 29.
What was I
And I
doing
was
when
just
29?
consumed by football and Stargate and
masturbating,
shit movies and nonsense. Meaningless
Stargate, did you
nonsense.
say?
I remember going through a phase where I watched Stargate Atlantis.
Oh, that's weak.
It's very weak.
It had some mythological connections in it.
No,
looking back,
no, don't
And
try.
that's what started your journey.
the clues in the
SG1.
name, Stargate Atlantis. It was all about a prior civilization, a lost civilization, which developed all this technology that the humans found several thousand years later.
Filthy humans.
Yeah, I don't know. I presume there's nothing good, to watch these days on TV.
There's no point saying anything because you'll just say, I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
No, I don't watch anything. Nothing sort of attracts me.
Do you know watch the Savile thing? The Reckoning? Were you going to say that?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I've watched it, yeah.
What was it? A single, like a one episode thing or what?
5 episodes.
5 hours?
No, they're shorter than that.
So
Maybe
5
3.5
3/4 hours.
Yeah.
This is a Steve Coogan one.
Yes. Yeah.
And what did you think?
thought
First of all, who made it? Was it Channel 4? Or?
ITV made it, but it was shown on BBC.
Oh,
what?
ITV Studios made it, but it was shown on BBC. Well, they have different, like BBC Studios make for other channels, ITV Studios make for other channels.
Right.
I thought it was good. It was a bit difficult to watch in places. The Steve Coogan, I thought was excellent. Played a convincing Savile.
He's known. Well, he's not known now, but originally he was an impressionist.
Yeah.
So he does a good Savile.
He does. He plays. He's good at playing weird characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
creepy.
was there anything particularly that stood out, or anything particularly enlightening or shocking that you noticed?
I didn't know, and spoiler alert, I didn't know he interfered with any dead people.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it was just exclusively a kiddie fiddler.
Necrophiliac.
Necropedophile, yeah.
Well, I don't know if they were I watched it, and I don't know if they were sort of suggesting that when he got to an age where he couldn't physically overpower people,
right?
He had to itch that scratch with cadavers.
God,
somehow. Gross.
The Grand Wizard, Jimmy.
But what I was interested was he's got siblings.
Yep.
So I wonder where he's,
Will any of them still be alive? Because he would be about 100 now if he was alive, I think.
He'd be in his mid-90s, maybe. I think it was 84 when he died in 2011. Yeah, so, nearly 100.
Yeah.
About 100.
We've done the math.
Yeah.
I mean, what would be interesting about the siblings?
I don't know. It's just, see if they're weird as well. Are his siblings weird? Who knows?
I don't know.
The thing that interests me was the relationship with the mother, the Duchess.
Oh, the Duchess.
Yeah, there was obviously something more to that than Or the father. Where's the father?
Was it Oedipal?
Well, I was wondering that. Yeah, there's some an
Oedipal mother relationship.
They didn't suggest that.
No,
They suggested they kind of drew her, painted her as like being very critical.
Fill people in who aren't familiar. I'm turning into Savile now. Fill people in who
now then.
Oh, God. Who maybe aren't familiar with Sophocles and the 3 Theban plays, or Oedipus Rex, or Freud and the Oedipal mother complex, if you will, please. Thank you.
In 30 seconds.
Well, Oedipus is the one that like bops his mum, isn't he? But it's by accident, isn't it? In the but in like Freud would say, I think, because all of his. So basically, taking a further back step, you got to remember when people make psychological theory, it's very much based in their own experiences and what's going on in the culture at the time. So Victorian times in Europe. Quite sexually repressed. So that's why a lot of his stuff was about sort of sexual repression. There's probably something to it around that time. But anyway.
Same with Wilhelm Reich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yes, so he says basically as a I think it's called psychosexual development or something like that. You would go through a stage of being attracted to your mother, basically.
And some people don't escape that phase. Is that the idea?
I think so, yeah. But it is a thing, isn't it? Incest, unfortunately, and I think men and women do it both ways, unfortunately. So So, but there's no mention of his dad. So I'd be interested, if she's like, it's all about her and the Duchess, and the only reason that's spoken about is because of the weird Louis Theroux thing, and then showing the clothes all pressed and ironed in the cupboard.
Well, there was the story of when she died that he was alone in the room for 3 days or something.
Oh, he said that in this, didn't he, as well?
Right, is that right?
Yeah, but who knows what the real truth of it is?
Just going to town on her.
Maybe. Maybe.
Why would that wouldn't
no
really? I mean, that doesn't stretch the bounds of credulity to me. The guy's evil. He's fucked in the head. Why wouldn't he do that?
I think it's a weird, I don't know if it's like just the weird thrill of it for him. That's what I think. If he's a psychopath, remember?
Yes.
So,
being able to get away with it.
Well, a psychopath, low anxiety, so you don't feel excitement the same way. So in order to get that feeling, you have to do extreme things.
Is that right for a psychopath?
That's what I've read, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just because my automatic thinking of psychopath is just lack of empathy, and that's it. But there are other components to psychopathic.
I'm sure that's what
psychology.
I've read, yeah.
So low in anxiety, and what was the other one? High in
psychopathy.
Right. So you need to push further and further to get a thrill.
Yeah. So yeah. Other people would say there was something I watched about a serial killer, and they said that maybe what did they say? Like he like killed a animal and then like came at the same time or something, and he made that association between killing something and sex as a child, and then that went on into adulthood, because that's an abusive upbringing, tortures animals. Psychopath, serial killer is the next step, basically.
It rubs the lotion on its skin.
Yeah,
it's a common trope that if you see someone fucking with animals,
you
need to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, basically,
they probably are wronging.
Yeah.
What's your understanding of mimicking behaviour with psychopaths?
So allegedly, they will mimic other people's behaviour, so they will assume identity. So there's a thing, isn't there, about Lucy? Is she called Lucy Letby?
The nurse. The nurse who's been sent down currently. It's a live case. She's appealing, apparently.
Good luck.
The media's already done the job.
Yeah. So so like the mimicking thing is, because they can't feel the same way as me and you. Again, you know, low anxiety, all the rest of it, no emotion, no empathy. So they copy what other people do, and they get really good at it. Basically, that's
acting. Basically.
But there was an interesting thing, wasn't it? Isn't that what you said? Where it showed her face. I don't know how true this is. Is nonsense. And like one side of it was higher than the other, and that's because it was trying to mimic emotion. Her face, but I don't know. That might be nonsense.
I don't know. Well, that was it was a psychology professor, wasn't it, who does that thing? He does that split face pattern recognition, doesn't it?
I don't know. I just remember.
I'm pretty sure it was from a legit guy.
Legit bat.
I mean, it could the theory could still be bullshit. I don't know.
Maybe.
What do I know?
Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know shit about fuck.
I'm totally not a Gnostic.
No. Right.
Headphones are off. Ben's had enough.
I know. Wait, the sun's getting low.
Sorry, I'm staying here all night.
Oh fuck. Good luck, guys. Me and Ben are going. Going before the things are thrown around the room. Phil sets fire to himself. Throws molten. What's it called? Sistine Chapel. Citrine Chapel.
Citronella.
Citronella around the room.
Several citronella candles on the go to keep the mozzies away. Because we keep getting bitten in here.
I don't get bitten.
Been checking the chat.
No.
Should be looking at this really, shouldn't I?
Probably.
Yeah, Sam, a lot more going on with that story. I'm sure you're talking about the Lucy Letby story. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that.
I mean, it was like reported for, well, it seems it was reported for years, and they were made to apologise, weren't they? All these. The thing is about consultants, right? This is the common misconception about the NHS.
Luxury Turtle, sorry to interrupt. Thanks for your super stickers. We really appreciate it. Evening.
Thank you. Is that people think the doctors run the NHS, and that's not true. It's the nurses run the NHS.
Really? How do you mean?
Because there's loads of them. That's why it's the biggest union as well, basically, in the NHS.
Oh, right. So when you said run the NHS, I'm thinking boots on the ground. They're the ones who actually make things happen.
Yeah, so...
Because there's so many of them.
So consultants are renowned for being arseholes and talking like shit to people, basically.
High on psychopathy as well, particularly surgeons.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That kind of, those kinds of traits will help you climb that greasy ladder whilst, never seeing your family. So.
Say greasy ladder.
Yeah. Greasy pole. Greasy pole ladder.
Oh, God.
So that would help you. But anyway, yeah. So sorry, what I was saying is, they complained about the consultants, and it got waved away as, oh, you're bullying her, and because they are, they're not very nice. Sometimes they're not very nice to people. Consultants,
particularly, yeah. I was going to say, particularly to people who think are sort of inferior. Yeah. On the stratigraphy of the occupational chain.
Well, that's the thing. It's very stratified.
Yeah,
the NHS.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Have you not seen
It's a massive organisation. It has to be.
Have you seen the Band 7 fridge meme going around the internet?
What's that?
2 people have shown me that. So a Band 7. So there's bands in the NHS.
Oh right. So this is like payment bands.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know what they are. Band 3. 4,
so if you
5,
started
6,
as a nurse, you went to university to do nursing, you get your first job in the NHS, I think, would you be a band 3?
Band 5.
Band 5. Mm-hmm. And the highest band is band 9, is it?
I think
roughly.
I think so.
And then you get like the Chris Whitty bands.
Well, that's just like special bands.
Yeah.
Special banding management band. Is
you make your own.
Pay.
You negotiate your own band. I'm going to be band X, and I want band Y payment.
So there's this thing about being a band 7 nurse because you start, they're like, you're almost like God on the ward. And then you're like a sister above that, maybe, or something else, and something else. Oh, she's a band 7.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's special about being a band 7?
You just like lots of people get to be band 6, but only a few people get to be band 7. And then there's a band 8, and there's an 8A, B, C.
I thought that you went up due to years of service. So there was
No,
like-
so within the banding, there is also a band.
A wheel within a wheel.
So band 5, I think, has
What the fuck?
5 pay points in it, maybe
Right,
4 or
okay.
5.
So you get some of them with years of service, and then maybe you have to do another qualification
Yes.
or something.
So my
Right.
banding, I've got 3 pay points on mine.
Wow.
Are you band 7?
I am band 7.
When will you be God?
I already am God. I walk the halls of online CBT.
Rattling the chains.
Yeah. Doling out wisdom.
Bring out your crazy.
I'm not, but I don't work in the NHS anymore. I work for a private company because, you know.
Why?
Money?
Yeah. No, so can we work remote full time, basically. That's why. The NHS won't allow you to do that.
Paying conditions, why wouldn't you?
No, so you have to do at least. So the one in London was like 1 day. If you want a permanent contract, they would say you'd have to come into London 1 day a week. No, sir. And then like the local ones, you know, they don't
entertain working from home.
They don't
pay
entertain
enough.
paying me more than what I'm worth, so I don't
Right.
go there. Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a growth industry, isn't it? Mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can think back like 10 years,
nope.
there was sort of no conversation around mental health or, you know, all these conditions that people get diagnosed with these days, and children particularly.
Come on, lad, chin up. That's what we got 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, there is a little bit of something about it being known what this is, or what it could be characterized as, and then people thinking that there's something seriously wrong with them.
They've turned it into an industry.
But really,
Bit
you
of
know,
Munchausen's.
you're just a bit sad, you know, and life involves suffering, unfortunately.
Yep.
That's the thing, I think.
People are eager to put labels on themselves or their children, which is quite disturbing. You know,
Like with
because
the
then
timer.
you'll get a bit of a bonus then, or some social points. You know, well, my child is neurodiverse, my child is autistic, he's on the spectrum, she's trans, whatever. And it's like, it's just a kid. Just let them fucking grow up, for fuck's sake, without labeling them with all this shit, all this baggage that they don't need. Life's hard enough for a teenager without being labelled with all this shit.
Yeah.
I had to say to my oldest kid's a sports direct this week.
Why?
For some threads.
Threads?
Some serious threads.
What for?
Because he's at that age now
Where he wants labels.
where I want Adidas.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He looked you in the eye and went, I want Adidas.
Not as seriously as I've done it, but the connotation is there. If you don't fit in, you're going to get ribbed.
You will, yeah.
You're going to get the shit ripped out of you.
Especially when you send him in with his Pokemon.
His black plain drama pants.
Nice.
His drama uniform.
Well, he's got to have an Adidas label on it.
No, it's a case of he wants to fit in.
Mm.
All the other kids are wearing Nike and Adidas and all the rest.
So he wants some Adidas pants.
If you stand out, you're a target.
You're a tard.
A target and a tard. Well,
I know,
they'll
you're
call
right.
you a tard.
I know.
Do we not remember from our own childhood?
Yeah.
I am agreeing with you.
It was always the same.
Yeah.
And so, 140 quid at Sports Direct
Bloody
today
hell.
for a couple of tracksuits and a training top. And
Be a leader, not a
Fucking
follower.
hell.
Have some pony trousers.
Grow a beard.
Yeah, good luck.
Absolutely. Grow a beard. Get your plain drama pants on.
Put your fucking tweed on.
I want some drama pants.
Being a teenager is hard enough without having to deal with shit like that.
Tell me about it.
Without even...
I mean, it's hard enough for him that he doesn't have a phone when every other of the parents has caved in and given them all smartphones.
You are so cruel.
Got to be cruel to be kind, Ben.
Ain't it the way?
I know what's good for him, and he doesn't. You know.
Remember that, son?
Do you remember being 10? I'd just be playing Mortal Kombat 2 all day and all night.
That was an 18 rated game, I believe.
Yeah, my mum and dad bought it for me.
Yeah, I got it.
It's like It's hard. It's like sometimes you just don't know what to do for the best with your own kids.
Mm.
You don't know if you're making a mistake, making life harder for them, or doing the right thing. It's like there's no guidebook that comes with a newly born child.
No.
And so I don't know. You've got to fudge your way through, haven't you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Who knows?
No one. Oh, man alive.
Right, well, it's 11 o'clock, so...
got work tomorrow.
You're fucking off.
I'm going. Are you staying?
I'm staying.
Right, okay.
I'll stay.
Well, thanks for joining us,
thank
everyone.
you.
And
thank
enjoy.
everyone who's phoned in.
Yeah. Helen and
got some,
Hogdam
didn't
Munch.
Yeah,
and,
we got 3 or 4. 4 or 5.
We'll probably do this again.
Jacob.
This could be a regular thing.
But I think we should do it at Christmas.
Okay.
The Christmas special should be a Christmas special phone-in. Oh, my God. Someone else is ringing now. Fuck.
You'll have to ring back in 5 minutes.
Oh,
when these
Phil's
have
having
gone.
a fag now.
Well, you're going, aren't you?
Yeah.
It probably won't work on the phone.
Hi, caller.
Hello.
Ooh.
Oh, try again, caller. You're dead, caller. You're dead. Not working.
That's strange. Very strange. Oh, I've got it muted. That's why. We'll try again.
Caller,
Try
you were
again now.
muted. Try again. Oh, God, it's Helen
nice.
again. Helen, leave us alone.
No, it's no, the Bluetooth channel is totally fucked.
Yeah, it's fact, mate.
Sorry about that.
Fact.
We'll you'll have to ring us on Skype if you want to talk to
Yeah,
us.
ring
We'll
us
have to
on
hang
Skype.
up because it's horrific.
Bye.
Yeah, enjoy the mental stylings of Phil.
It's going to get dark.